Mega Man X Legacy Collection.
Okay, here we are again. Somebody please tell me I'm through with the worst of it. I am. Actually. X8 gets better. X8 gets a lot better. It doesn't quite hit the highs of the original SNES trilogy for me, but it is still a noticeable step up from X7. So, we will wait a couple of minutes and then we'll get started with X8. Let's stick it right there so we're ready to go. Oh, and I turned the volume up for this one. There's no burn to the ground. And I noticed the volume was a little low on the X7 streams. I just wanted to get them out of the way so I didn't really do any audio testing, but that was enough of an audio test to know that I should probably turn it up a little bit for X8. We'll see if I turned it up too much when I finish up the stream today, and then I'll just make adjustments as needed. But by the time I'm done with the adjustments, we'll be moving on to another game, so... Oh well. It's fine. Bump the pop filter, my bad. Adjusting the volume on my television. Why, yes, body, we are at rest. You can slow down on the heart rate now. Oh, I hit my target today. I got 1.5 miles in 12 minutes and 51 seconds, which is a significant improvement considering it's only been like 2 weeks. So I'm in good shape there. Really had to work for it though, so I need to get consistent at it now. And that might take a little bit. I had to push it up to like over 8 miles an hour in the last minute just to make it, so... Yeah, well... It is what it is. I will be alright. I'll take a drink and then we'll get started. Excuse me. Okay, let's do this thing. Oh, right, yeah, I forgot. I forgot to delete my old save data. Well, that's a hell of a thing. I guess that's a bit of a spoiler, but hopefully I'll remember to not have that data later. Anyway, how you doing, everybody? My name is Monochromium, and today we're rounding out my coverage of the Mega Man X series, finally, by playing Mega Man X8. This one was, it didn't sell very much, as far as I'm aware. I think they only did a really limited run of PS2 copies of it back when it came out, and I mean, it was from what I understand from before I played it, people said, "Oh yeah, it's like a really good return to form. It's much better than X7," and they were right about that second part. The first part, yeah, I guess I could see it. I still don't think it quite hits the highs of the original trilogy on the SNES for me, but it's still a fairly solid game. I'd probably rate it about as high as X4 if I'm splitting hairs there. But yeah, it's pretty good, and we're going to play it today. Let me just double check my options, make sure everything is good. That's good. This is probably fine. Because I think BGM and SE volume, like those are, I don't remember which one the voice acting is under, but yeah, there's a couple of cases where the voice acting is a little lower in this game, and just like an X7 where they didn't balance it right for the music in the background, but it's not as common, I don't think, so. And yeah, that all looks good. I guess we're in good shape. Let's go back and we'll start a new game so we don't get the female Capcom logo thing is a reward for beating the game, so when we save over that data, we'll have the normal logo, and then we'll get to see the female logo again. But let's start the game up. We're going to play it on normal, just like we did with X7. Honestly, I've only ever played this game once and beaten it once, so I'm not sure that I'm cut out for hard mode just yet. I didn't do any testing on hard mode. I only ever did one test run through on normal. So we're going to play it on normal. Maybe one day I'll come back to it on hard mode, but for now we'll play this. So let's do it. And we'll see what we've got.
The endless Reploid rebellions continue. Humans, however, have begun migrations to the moon, thanks to new technology.
I was going to say, is that the Tower of Salvation? But well, it's a little more advanced, but I guess it's not that far off.
The elevator was built as part of it.
Uh-huh.
Highly advanced new generation Reploids have been brought to the moon's surface to work.
Have they now? That doesn't sound like the potential spot for a rebellion at all. Because Lord knows, if there's ever anything that happens in dystopian futures, it's that they treat the new workers well, especially when they're partially robotic, right? That's how those stories always go, right? Why are you looking at me like that? This is Mega Man X8. This thing is going to have a serious accident. It must be going, like, too fast or something. Yeah, okay, that's a serious accident, yeah. Brace for impact? Something tells me... Oh, great. The game's subtitle is Paradise Lost. That's fantastic. That's not telling of the terrible time we're about to have at all. No, it's not a terrible time. It's just that the characters involved might have a little bit of a hard time.
This is
Ow!
Encountered an accident while on patrol of the orbital elevator. Dispatch rescue mechanoids immediately.
You sure there's going to be anybody left in there? Yeah, if anyone's going to survive a fall from miles up and a fire and the shock of an impact like that, I suppose it would have to be Sigma, wouldn't it? Then again, he's not the most armored robot out there. Oh. What? Being a zombie wasn't enough for you? Now you have to learn how to clone yourself? Come on, Sigma, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Oh, Jesus. This is gonna go great.
Sigma?
Oh. Who's the little shit?
To protect ourselves from damage during the accident, we had to copy a sturdy Sigma body. We
Yeah, but couldn't you have copied, like, Armored Armadillo? Or Magma Dragoon? Or Grizzly Slash? Tunnel Rhino? Do I need to go on?
Sigma provides no risk.
Yeah, sure. Blow it out your ass, buddy. I don't think it poses I think it poses a risk, and I don't think you know what you're playing with.
I'm the director in charge of the elevator and of the Jacob project.
Why do you look so sinister, then? If you're an ally. Maybe it's just the flame background. Oh, hold on, I'm getting a transmission.
I'm picking up Maverick readings near the Jacob facility.
That might just be the Sigma bodies,
All
but
hunters near
okay.
Point Galapagos, please dispatch
Oh.
immediately.
Yeah, that's not exactly where the elevator is, so. Off we go. We got to go to Noah's Park. This game likes its Bible references, apparently. Oh, and Axel's with me. That's cool.
This new Maverick, its pattern is very unusual.
How so?
I'd like to do some research on it, so try to pick up plenty of samples.
Oh, we don't know how so. Okay, I got it.
Okay, Axel, let's get going. Ready when you are, Ax.
In case you didn't notice, the voice actors got a bit of a facelift in this game. I believe the game is being dubbed in English by the Ocean Entertainment Group, which, if you don't know who Ocean is, you didn't watch enough 90s anime. If you do know who Ocean is, then you'll know that they're going to do a very good job.
When you need Axel's help, call him in with a character change.
Okay, fair enough.
Better watch out, Ax. I might just steal your spotlight.
Oh, not again. You already did that all last game.
You two be careful. I'll send Zero over later to give you a hand.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Speaking of facelifts, the game's graphics have also gotten a bit of a facelift. I think if I remember right, the developers said that they wanted to make the characters look a little more like action figures or toys rather than going with the cel-shaded look that they had in X7. And I'll be honest, I think it works. I wouldn't call these graphics incredible in hindsight. I mean, in retrospect, obviously the graphics have evolved since this game came out, but I think this game aged better in the graphical department because they went for the toy look rather than the way that they went with the cel-shaded look in X7, because cel-shading, it sort of aged better in certain cases than it did in X7. But here, yeah, it looks pretty good. Looks very toy-like. I could see it being on like a toy panorama of some kind. Also, every single stage is 2D in this one, so we don't gotta... Actually, that's not entirely true. There are some 3D sections, but all of the parts where you're running around like this are all in 2D, so... the camera's a little close, but that's okay. It's just sort of the way that this game is. Just gotta watch ahead of yourself a little bit so you don't run into this guy. Hi there.
I've examined the data on that Maverick.
Oh, have you now?
Looks like it grabs its opponents and immobilizes them.
Okay, I'll have to watch out for that.
Call for a tag assist and help is on the way.
Yeah, so in this game, switching characters doesn't just let you control the other character, it also lets you break out of grabs, and there's one other function for it, but we'll get into that in a little bit, so... Ooh, hold on, let me actually jump properly here. Yeah, so you hear that, how that, there's that second charge for X there now, like, you hear the... and it goes a little louder. When it fully charges, that's when the Buster is fully charged and ready for you to take the extra shot. So, like, you see how he shines and there's, like, those light pillars coming out of his body. That lets you know that he's fully charged, and the Buster shot will be incredibly large. Way bigger than most of them that he's had in the series, so...
I'd like to start analyzing it right away. Bring it to me as soon as you can.
Alright.
Roger, I'm on my way. Axel, I'm counting on you to clean up. No problem, Ax. This'll be a snap.
Sounds like a plan. So yeah, Axel run off with the samples, now Axel has to take care of business. And he's fairly similar to how he was in X7. They made a couple of improvements, or changes really, to his controls. You double tap X now to make him hover rather than just holding X, which probably helps quite a bit in terms of being able to air dash. Incidentally, this is where the physics kind of come in the game. As you can see, we kind of drop like a rock in this game by comparison to the floatiness of the rest of the series, but, you know. X, attack the giant enemy crab's weak point for massive damage. Yes, exactly, Sefiko. That's the way that it works.
Axel, can you hear me?
And hello, Sefiko and Marie. How you doing? Welcome back. Playing X8. Let's see what Aelia has to tell me on the loudspeaker there. Looks like you'll need to hover over from the edge to continue onward. To hover, press the jump button again and hold it while in midair. There's another change to Axel's controls in this game, but we'll get into that in a little bit. But he's pretty much kind of similar, at least at the outset, to how he was in X7. He shoots a lot, and he can shoot in any direction, very similar to Bass from the Mega Man and Bass and those games. So, yeah, if you know how Bass functions, you probably know how to play Axel, so... I don't know if I can get this. Oh, I can get this. Okay. Try to collect a few medals while you're at it. We don't need a huge chunk of them, but it's nice to have them, if we can. Yeah, and Axel will stay in the air when you're shooting for about the same amount of time as a hover, so there you go. It's pretty good. Yeah, like I was saying originally, Maria, I actually like what they did with the changes to the graphics in this one. The characters kind of almost look like action figures, which is exactly what the developers were going for. I dig it. I think it aged pretty well, so... Oh no, the collecting has started, don't worry. We don't have to do too much collecting in this one. There's a lot to buy, and I will be buying approximately 10% of the things you can probably buy in this game, so... It reminds you of Custom Robo. Yeah, in a way. Maybe that's why I like it so much, because it does. It reminds me a little bit of that, too, now that you mention it. Alright, well, let's get in here. And there's a few of these across the whole game. Basically, you want to rack up your combo. So we have a combo system in this game. The more shots you can get off in a short period of time without getting hit, the better your score will get, and you'll get more medals out of it. Don't worry about the blue ones that I'm not picking up. They're worth 1, so they're really not worth much of anything at all. You want to go for the yellow ones and the red ones. The yellow ones are worth a lot, the red ones are worth a lot more. Those diamonds there are for your attack gauge, but we don't have that just yet. We'll show that off in a little bit. First we got to get it though, and before we can get it, we got to get Zero.
This is no time to slack off.
I am going a little slower than usual because I'm explaining stuff, huh? Wah wah.
I can more than handle a few Mavericks all by myself anyway.
I mean, that's true.
That's the spirit. Let's move.
Yeah, they gave the voice actors a bit of a facelift. I can even talk about that too, because there's a lot of facelifts that have happened that you can see right away in the game. X is voiced by the one and only Mark Gatha. The voice of Domon Cash himself is voicing Mega Man X. What in the goddamn? That's insane. Zero's being voiced by Lucas Gilbertson, and his voice is kind of the definitive voice for me. When I hear Zero, I hear Lucas Gilbertson's voice. And then Axel's voiced by Jeffrey Watson, who's doing a lot better of a job than Axel's previous voice actor, who I don't even remember who it is, so... yeah. Pick up these crystals until your attack gauge charges up. It's that red meter over in the top left near my life bar there. Once it charges up all the way, jump up and do one of these, and as long as you catch the enemy inside of that circle that pops up, you can do a double attack! And it deals a lot of damage. So, yeah, nice logical step forward for the tag assist system that they started in X7. This is what I mean, though, about X8. This is why a lot of people like this one a lot better than X7, because right away you can already see the improvements that they made very quickly, so... 10%, damn, that's really low. Oh, it's not this again, Lifeblood. This is not the same as X7, don't even worry. This is much better. Acting like you know any of these people. Well, no, I'm not acting like you know any of these people. I'm acting like I know any of these people. These people are an important part of my video game life, so... Anyway. But how you doing, Lifeblood? Welcome back. We're playing X8, so... we're out of the woods with X7. We can play the better game now. Alright, so Axel's going to run off with our sample, even though Zero defeated that Maverick, and now Zero can do some stuff up. As you can see, he can now make Metools stop their shields by doing his third slash, which is really nice, so... let me actually... there we go. Let me not die here, that wouldn't be good. Little health would go a long way here, but... okay, hold on. There we go. Break his shield and keep going. You'll also notice that I'm regaining my health over time as well. Did you see that? How the red life bar slowly came back a little bit for me? Yeah, there's a recovery system in this game, so if you take some damage, you can actually get back some of your life. It goes a little faster when you tag out, but we'll get to that in a little bit. You feel like the voices in X8 were pretty good? Too bad spoiler happens. Yeah, I think that the voice actors did a really good job. Even though I'm not a big fan of the game's script, I think they did well with what they had, but we'll get into that. Anyway, the door in front of us is locked, as you can plainly see. Not that there's anything in there that Zero would even want anyway, so... oop. Get out of here. There you go. Thank you for the life there. But yeah, so we just gotta go up and defeat that Hornet, and then defeat its babies, apparently. Got a little bit of back and forth going here for Zero. He can even hit behind him with his Saber Slash, so... as in X7, Zero's first Saber Slash in this game is actually pretty good. It's got good area, it's got good damage. You'll sometimes want to swing more than once, but usually just the single swing is enough, so... I mean, it's a sword, like... if it's a laser saber, it's got to do a pretty decent amount of damage, considering we have guns, you know? Like, we don't need a sword if we have a gun.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Zero. How you been?
What the effing hell were they going to do with sequels? Ideally finish this game's story. Anyway,
Barely broke us.
but that didn't happen, but, you know.
Go for it.
Alright, we're back with X. Very good.
X, can you hear me?
What's up, Alia? I've completed my analysis of enemies who use protective barriers. They can completely defend against normal attacks, but you can break their barriers. Yeah, I kind of mentioned that with Zero's third Saber Swing. X's full charge shot, which is the part where he's got the light streams shining out of him, will break a shield. Zero's third hit in a combo will do it, and Axel can just keep shooting, and eventually their shield will just break from all of the concentrated shooting. So, yeah, there you go. See, that wasn't enough to break his shield, but if we go here, now it's enough to break his shield, so... And, I mean, we could just go above him if we really wanted to, or wait for him to do that, but... Yeah, I was kind of hoping I could be cheeky there, but that's okay. Alright, well, let's see where we're going here. Ow. I don't think you can duck in this game, so... Yeah, there you go. I'm going to wait this out because it's another trash compactor, because, of course, there has to be a trash compactor in every X game. Absolutely. Makes perfect sense to me. I'll get that one just because it's yellow. I won't get that one because it's too late. Anyway, let's keep going. Actually, I think there's a secret up here. Well, not a secret, but something else you can grab up here, so... Oh, thank you. Yeah, there you go. We can go in here and grab... oh, actually, I think I need to use double jump to get up there. We can grab that, and we can grab this, and I think that fully heals you and gives you all your weapon energy back, but that's okay. We didn't really need it, so... Did Dr. Wily leave all his robot plans behind for the world to see, or where does Sigma get all of these? It's a fair question. There is an explanation, but it's kind of a later in the game sort of a thing, so we'll get there. That's a tall order for Capcom at this point in their life. Yeah, they weren't exactly pulling their weight at this point. So, I mean, it's a wonder this game came out as well as it did, considering where Capcom was as a company at this point, so... Back in 2004, they were a little sick of Mega Man, I think. Anyway, we're close to the Maverick that we're looking for, so...
Should work best on this Maverick.
Actually, what works best in this Maverick is just shooting him with a fully charged shot from across the room, but maybe I'll try to get a double attack in there somewhere. My gauge is not quite full, and I think I can grab a few gems for the double attack from him, but we'll get there. Anyway, it's another one of these guys, so... Let's see what we can do. Get a little extra damage off, fully charge up, shoot him, and then shoot again. And that's this whole boss fight, basically, because he'll never get to walk towards you if you just keep doing this, so... And we do a lot of damage with our charge attack. So... Wish I got my double attack gauge all the way up before I got here, and I think like I said, I think I can go grab them if I really try to go quickly, but I'd rather just do this. This works fine. He's getting a little close for comfort, but that's okay. It'll be alright. Zero can also make him fall over like this, by the way, by doing his third Saber Slash, so... But that works. You really like X's design in this one? Not sure why. Like I said, I like the toy aesthetic that they were going for, but also I like X's stance in this one. He looks so relaxed in the pose, you know what I mean? Like, he's not... So, okay, I have a double attack back now. Alright, the first few missiles were fine. After that, was it really necessary? Oh. Well, for him, yeah, I guess it is necessary.
How nice to see you again, X.
Not you again. I like Axel's look there. He just has this blank stare like, who the fuck is this guy? How many enemies do you guys have?
I'd love to stay and play, boys, but...
Yeah, Roger Rhodes does Vile's voice in this one. And it's the definitive Vile voice for me, too, so... Oh, god damn it, they kidnapped Lumine! What the hell are you gonna do with him?
Lumine? That's right. The orbital elevator is under
Yeah, I guess that's a fair point. That wouldn't be good. I mean, blow it up?
Begins now, X. A new world will be born.
What the hell are you talking about? I think he's just ranting and raving. Okay, bye. I think he's just ranting and raving. Hey, B rank. That's not too bad. Yeah, you are ranked kind of similarly to how you were in previous games, but again, it's just a score attack. You don't really have to worry about it at all. It's based on your clear time, how many foes you defeated, and your highest combo. The items that you found will contribute towards your completion percentage, but we didn't find any items in that stage, so there you go. The only Mega Man thing you really like is the Yellow Devil. Yeah, I guess the Yellow Devil is a pretty fair... It's a pretty steep challenge, but that's probably part of the reason why it's... people like it, is because it's like, whoa, where'd this guy come from? He's kicking my ass. But then once you learn him, it's like, okay, that's cool. So, you're with Axel. You totally forgot about Vile. Yeah, he hasn't been around since X3, so I don't know what the hell he was doing since then. Maybe he was in jail. The guy that dies after one hit without his super suit? Something like that, yeah. Hell, the story just started. How do you fucks already have a hostage?
Director of the facility. If that's the case,
No, they're not after Lumine, Aelia. They already have Lumine.
then the ultimate goal must be control of the orbital elevator.
No, Aelia, they already have the orbital. They have Lumine, so they had. This is what I'm talking about with the script.
But Vile kept talking about some new world beginning.
He didn't keep talking about it. He said it once.
Something.
Again, the voice actors do a good job with what they're given. The script is.
Picking up Maverick reading.
Oh, great. And now we have 8 Mavericks to go defeat. They don't really give you as much foreplay as they do in some of the other X games, but yeah, there's 8 Mavericks that have shown up. Probably because they're with Vile or something like that. I don't know. You question that, but it's every Mario plotline. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. But, I mean, you think about it, it's like, oh, well, no, you don't have to worry about kidnapping. Like, in this case, it would be like Bowser kidnapping the princess in the beginning of the game, so I guess similar to Odyssey, because he kidnaps the princess in the beginning of the game and you're just chasing after her. So, yeah, instead of it being, like, at the end of the game where you expect it to be. Anyway, we got 8 Mavericks to go defeat. I guess I'll talk about them since the game didn't. We have the Troya base. Investigate why the Helios program has gone haywire. We have the Primrose. Check out the mysterious tower, or check the mysterious tower structure atop the anti-gravity lab. Great. Anti-gravity lab. Pitch Black. Enter the military facility and stop weapons production with Metal Gear. Dynasty. Stop the targets and restore the city management system. Actually, there's only one target, but we'll get there. The Booster Forest. Find out what the Mavericks want with the Rocket Center. Metal Valley. Quell the Reploid Rebellion at the Metal Mine. Central White. Restore power to the environmental control system. We're that far into the dystopian future now that the whole world needs a goddamn environmental control system. And Inferno. Investigate and stop the uprising at the disposal center. But before we go at any of that, let's go to the R&D lab. Not that I can do anything with it at the moment, but there you go. Yeah, here's one of our new characters, Palette. She'll introduce herself in a little bit.
Save your progress and develop chips.
But yeah, R&D can now develop chips for you, so similar to the ones in X7. You equip them and they do stuff. And yeah, you can develop them using the metals that you've collected in the stages. I have a little bit of a small issue with this system, but it isn't happening at the moment, so I don't really have anything to say about it until a little bit after this, so... You've been at this desk for a month, you got 4 hours of training, and you've been marked as one of the best, and they want to ship you to another desk. God, this company sucks. Oh my god. That's just great. Oh boy. We know Terminal Montage makes animations as in Mega Man X animations, which are really funny. I have seen the name Terminal Montage, but I have not watched any of the videos for it, so... maybe I'll go check it out afterwards. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, they start you off with a few decent items, and the metal costs are very economical. We got half-life bottles. This will restore about half of your HP. We got retry chips. You have 2 of these by default, and you can buy up to 3 more if you have enough metals. So that way, if you're defeated, you get another chance to retry, because unlike in X7, where death had literally no consequence, if you die enough times in the stage in X8, you have to go back to the beginning and do the entire stage over again. So, yeah, there's that. We also have a weapon bottle half. I don't like these because I barely ever use special weapons, but you can only grab 2 life bottle halves at the most, and then you can grab 1 weapon bottle. They won't let you fill that 3rd inventory slot below the characters there with anything but a weapon bottle, so yeah, I don't usually buy these, but sometimes I don't have a choice because my inventory is not filled out, so. We also have Prickle Barrier. This gives you, if you step on spikes, you don't die immediately, you stay with 1 HP. Only once, though. And only one of the characters in the party can do that. If you do that with 2 of them, like if you do it with 1 character, then switch out, the barrier's gone. You can't do it again. So, this one also gives you back a little bit of HP when you die, or lose all of your energy. So there's that. I think you have to switch out afterwards, though, to get the energy back, but I'm not 100% sure about that. We can charge up our double attack gauge faster than usual. We can get out of enemy grabs easier. I usually don't buy this one. It's not that great. These, however, are permanent upgrades, by the way, for all characters. So, unlike the life bottles where it's a consumable, excuse me, same with the retry chip, some of these are, and the Prickle Berry and Spare Energy, those are also consumable. Some of these are permanent, like Hyper Attack and Escape Boost and all that stuff, so. Yeah, Chips, what is this, Battle Network? Something like that. For real, you got 4 hours of training and they threw us to the fucking wolves and somehow you're one of the best. No, you wasn't getting more training. Oh my god, yeah. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know if they're thinking, knowing all the stories I've heard from you, but there you go. Also, no, Battle Network was rad. I mean, I don't mind this system in theory. There is a little bit in practice I don't like about it, but I'll talk about that when it actually becomes pertinent. Oh yeah, you can delete a chip that you don't need, by the way, if you have something here. Like, let's say you have a life bottle half and you want a life bottle full, which you can get later. You can delete a half bottle that you still have stuck in your inventory and then buy a full bottle, but we'll get there. Then there are upgrades for each individual character. We've got stuff for X, Zero, and Axel. The most important ones here are probably Life Up, and for X, Speedy Recovery. This, basically, when you tag out in a, like when you use the tag assist to call a different character onto the screen, any red energy left on your energy bar will replenish itself over time, and this increases the speed at which that replenishes itself. For X, it's important because of a certain upgrade he'll get later on, but we'll talk about that later. Mostly, we want to focus on the life ups, but they're a little on the very expensive side at the moment, so. I wish Spike Walker worked like it sounded like, but it does not. It only lets you slide down walls slower, so that's kind of okay, I guess, but anyway. Yeah, Life Up, Speedy Recovery, those are the main ones, so. What the fuck is Weapon Up? It gives you more weapon energy, so you can use special weapons more often, so. It's good for X, because he uses a lot of special attacks. For Zero, it gives you more of his Giga attack, and for Axel, I think it gives him more transformation energy. The way that weapons work in this game is that Axel doesn't actually use any of his weapon energy for special attacks from his weapons that he gets from Mavericks. He uses his weapon energy specifically for his transformation module, which is also useless in this game unless you're item hunting. So I guess in that way it's more useful than it was in X7, but yeah, That's not so good for everyone, you think. I don't use enough special weapons to ever make it worthwhile for me personally, but there you go. You don't remember X8. That's okay. We'll play enough of it and then we'll all remember. I'm going to buy a couple of retry chips because they're fairly cheap and easy to buy. We won't be able to get retry chip 3 because it costs 400 at the moment, and we don't quite have that, but I can buy a couple of life bottles while I'm at it, so let's buy a couple of those. And I think that should put us in decent shape. We should be able to get back any medals to get the retry chips if I somehow use all of our retry chips, because unlike X7, X8 actually starts out a little difficult, so we'll have to be a little careful with what we do here, because it can be pretty challenging, so, but we'll get there. Oh yeah, I didn't actually show off any of the stuff for anyone other than X, so yeah, I mean, X has got a few things here unlocked. Zero's got a really large list because he has extra weapons that he can unlock along with saber skills, which add extra attacks to his saber combo, but Axel's list looks very similar to X's because Axel really doesn't need much. Once he gets his guns, he's in good shape, so. Don't you love how you dev something, but some of these things are limited and require dev time a second time? Yeah, like more retry chips and that sort of stuff, so. Anyway, let's go back to stage select and actually play this game now, shall we? So the way that I like to start out X8 is I like to get all of X's armor upgrades that I want first before I go to any of the other stages. So I'm going to pick stages that will let us get those armor upgrades first. So I can get all the way set up before we go from there. And that means we have to go to Inferno first, because there's a specific part here that I'd like to get in the Dr. Light capsules that are still around for some reason, even though this is the 8th game, and you would think he wouldn't have developed any more after the first one, but anyway, yeah. Yeah, go after someone hard. Actually, most of the stages are pretty hard to begin with when you aren't very good at the game like me. So, yeah, this will be tough, actually. We might get a game over and have to start the whole stage over at some point, but that's okay. It's no big deal. The way that X8 works, because of the way that Dr. Light capsules work, there's one in almost every stage, and the only person who can open them is X, so you always want X in your party no matter what. So then you can pick X and either Zero or Axel depending on what you need. I'm pretty much going to have an even mix of the two. I'm going to start with Zero here because his double jump is pretty nice here, but we'll get there.
Let me introduce your new navigators.
And there are more navigators now. You'll note one of them was in the R&D lab, Palette, but let's take a look at them.
My name is Lair.
We also have another one on the right there named Lair. Lair of what? Don't answer that. Try not to burn to the ground there. I will try, Sefiko. I don't think it's going to happen, but it might.
My specialty is analyzing enemy abilities. I hope I can be of use.
Yeah, so Lair is sort of your boss specialist. She'll tell you what enemies can do and how you can counterattack them.
Hi, I'm Palette. I'm good at analyzing routes and stages.
And Palette is good at telling you where all the items and secret passages are in the stages.
I don't suppose I need to say it, but I, Alia, will also assist in navigation.
And Alia is pretty much your, hey, is this the first time going through the stage? You should use Alia. I will also try to use an even mix of these three, even though Alia is usually the best for your first time through, but I'll try to use an even mix. Yeah, Layer of Hair Over Eyes. That's actually a very good way of not buying into the 12-year-old brain comment that I just had, so...
Before you head into battle, be sure to choose a navigator to assist you.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Of course, if you're feeling confident, you can always choose to go it solo.
That is a beginner trap. Don't do that. Because sometimes the navigators will tell you specifically what you need to do. They'll tell you the objective of each stage, and if you didn't bring one with you, you could be flying around aimlessly for 3 minutes, and then the stage just explodes and you die, and you're like, how the fuck did that happen? I already did that. So, but yeah, Alia is nice and balanced. Palette is more at analyzing passageways, hidden passageways and routes and all that. She also is not tall enough to reach the floor, apparently, because her feet are kicking around. And Lair is good at analyzing bosses and enemies, and she also is actually pretty solid to have when you're using Axel, because she'll tell you when an enemy is copyable with his copy shot, so there you go. You kind of wonder what went through Light's head. Like, he wanted X to be peaceful, made how much armor for X in case shit hit the fan? Did he just expect X to always be around or nearby when shit did hit the fan? Did he make all that armor around the same time? What the fuck was this man thinking? My headcanon is that after the first set of capsules, Dr. Kane created some sort of AI program that would automatically develop X's weaponry and armors, so that he would be prepared for battle based on Dr. Light's research on X and all of the stuff, because they uncovered X's capsule and they could do a sufficient amount of research afterwards. Now, that doesn't explain how that happened when Dr. Kane was no longer around from X4 and on, but by that point I would think that they would have some sort of AI module. It doesn't make perfect sense, but it makes enough sense for me to stop questioning it, and that means my brain doesn't hurt and I can focus on other things. Inferno. Who do I want for Inferno? I think we'll just go with Alia for now. There's a couple of stages where Lair has some cool comments. There's a couple of stages where Palette does. We'll try to use them for those. But first, we gotta fight Burn Rooster and get through his stage, which is a bit of a doozy. But we'll get there.
Harnesses the heat of a volcano to incinerate garbage.
Yeah, here we go. This is the garbage disposal facility I was mentioning in X7. This volcano, it uses the heat of the volcano to incinerate garbage and make it so that it's not as bad for the environment, I would assume, although it probably still gives off hella fumes, but...
Dangerous place, but we have no choice
But X5, like, I see where you're going, but at the same time, Dr. Light, my dude... I don't know. I'm just headcanoning it. It doesn't have to be correct, necessarily, but... Anyway, there's an uprising here, and also there's a downrising, because the stage will go down, and I think if you let it scroll you off the screen at this point, I don't think it kills you. Later on, when it scrolls back upwards, it will, though, because then there's a pit below you. Also, don't fall too far down, because if you do, The pit will kill you, even though there's probably platforms below that, but anyway. Logic need not apply. I did mention X8 was better than the other ones, and I guess that's not a good indication of it being better. But it is better. Each stage has a gimmick, and you basically have to deal with the gimmick. In this case, it's rising and falling platforms, although there's more to it than just that. This is probably the weakest of the gimmicks in the stages, though. If I had to take a pick, I'd say this is probably one of the weaker ones. That's also a bomb, hi. But each stage has a gimmick, and they're all pretty cool, I think. Well, most of them are pretty cool, so... Alright, Zero, you got a double jump, bro. You can do pretty good here. This does let you get a little more used to the physics, though. Here, I'm scrolling off the stage. And dying. Oh, good job, Raiden, you're dying. Speaking of which, there you go. Even though there was a platform below me. And yeah, you start off with 2 retry chips, and then we bought 2, so yeah, it'll use those up. Hey, Conquer, it's going good. How's it going for you there? We're playing X8. I died, but that's okay. No big deal. Headcanon and fanfic are your life and instinct. Go pick up your prescription and figure out dinner. Like 2 to 2.5 weeks from maxing out all the beast tribes pre-Endwalker. Does Endwalker even have beast tribes? At this point, I don't think it does, but I could be wrong about that, so. But alright, go ahead, take care of your prescription and yo dinner. Does sound like a plan. Let's try this one again, shall we? There are some checkpoints. We obviously didn't reach one just yet, though, so we'll have to figure that out when we get a little closer to the bottom. Again, I'm okay with dying and getting a bunch of game overs in the beginning of X8, because X8's pretty tough. To start with, it's pretty tough. Once we get X all maxed out in about 4 stages, it will be significantly less tough, but that's okay. Like I said, I'm fine with it being tricky if it means I can... Okay. I did it again. Okay. I was going to say, I almost did it again because I landed on something and then I tried to adjust and it didn't exactly work, so... Alright. But yeah, it lets you get used to the physics a little bit because you do. You drop like a rock in this one by comparison to previous games where you don't drop like a rock. Axel might be better for this stage, though, thinking about it, because, well, he could hover here and he'll just scroll with the screen. But, yeah. Actually, let me get Zero out now, because I might need the double jump to correct myself in some cases here, evidently. Alright. Let's try this again. There we go, see? Correct myself like that. Those guys will follow me, huh? Yeah, don't worry about that part, Zero, we're fine. Oh, I can destroy those boxes, I forgot about that. Did I mention I only ever played this once? No, go down. There you go. Ooh, okay. I guess I don't have to kill that thing, do I? Alright, we're almost to the bottom now, so let's just take it nice and easy. And we'll get there. Just gotta get past the laser grid now. Ow. Okay, we're here. Cool. Oh yeah, these will fall, these platforms, so I'm gonna try to get that red one. Got it, cool. These ones won't fall, though, so there you go. You're playing Risk of Rain 2 at the moment. May have to stop and do something else in a while. Gotcha. Yeah, this will only be 2 streams again, Lifeblood, so I should be able to get it done in 2 anyway. And then we'll move on to yet another game before we do Skies of Arcadia. I got one more plan before we do Skies of Arcadia, so... There are beast tribes. You have something to look forward to in Endwalker. There you go. I had no waking idea, so there you go. Hi there. This guy's got a shield, and he blocks it. He even blocks your full charge shot with that shield, which means it's better than most shields in this game, but there you go. I think Zero's better for this part. I think. I can just kill these... I think they're called bulblings, something like that. They're parasitic things that jump into other machines and make them go haywire. They're not quite the Maverick virus thing, but I guess they could be related to it in some way. Ah, thank you. Cool. But yeah, another little bonus room. Lets you heal yourself, lets you get a bunch of medals. This is the first checkpoint, I think. And I forget if there's anything up here. No, there's not. But there is something down here that I want to go grab. But this is where this stage starts with its second gimmick, the spikes. There are a lot of spikes in this level, and that's why I assume I'm going to die a few times before we get through this part. Because there's a ton of spikes, and again, if you're not used to the physics of the game yet, that's not going to work out too well for you, so... I think there's spikes below here, too, so... Yeah, there you go. But yeah, you drop like a rock in this one, so you gotta be really careful with the spikes in this level. They will mess you up. So just go take it slow. Go down each section without too much fervor, unless you really know where you're going, in which case then you can be fine, but... Nice mist gun, bro. Can I have it? No, apparently not. Yeah, there's the Dr. Light capsule over there. We're going to go grab that in a second. I thought there were spikes there. Let's let Zero recharge his stuff before we go. But yeah, see, it's not too slow of a process of recharging. It's decently fast. We can get it to get even faster, though. Whoop, that was spikes. I thought those were going to be directly below me, but apparently not. Yes, the architect here said more spikes. Indeed. My main goal with this first run through the stage is to get to the Dr. Light capsule. If we get it, great. If we don't, well, we'll do it again. It's okay. But yeah, I don't want to... I'm probably not going to beat the whole stage on just this one retry after this, because not only do we have to get the capsule, we also have to beat the rest of the stage. And there's still a little stage to go, so... Yeah, my goal is just to get the Dr. Light capsule for now. Once we get that, we can move along after, but, you know... Get a couple more retry chips and we'll keep moving. Alright, we'll let you do your thing. There we go. Let you do your thing. There's more spikes to jump up, by the way, after this, so, yeah. What does that guy do? Who knows? Just gets in my way, I guess. Same thing with that guy. Oop. But yeah, thankfully you can actually get through the spikes if you just, if you are damaged by something, so that helps a little bit. Let's see here. Just gotta slide that way. Slide this way. And then we gotta climb this gap here. Again, good for Zero. He's got that double jump. Alright, we got it. Cool. X, open it up. Why do these dudes have water guns? Probably water or mist or something that can quell the heat because of the fact that this is a lava factory, so, yeah. This architect seems sane compared to the Pale King. Yeah, this architect is, there's probably a few more insane ones. I'd have to look up the Pale King, to be honest, but probably not so bad. Like, what's the function of these spikes, though? Like, what... Do you need these to keep the heat down? I don't understand. Maybe it's just to keep intruders out. I don't know. Anyway, Dr. Light prepared again, so... Alright, but in this game we get the neutral armor, and it actually is functionally very interesting. I'll let Dr. Light explain. Just like every other armor, but... Yeah, so you notice how there's a suffix to the foot parts now. These are the Hermes foot parts. There are a total of 8 separate Dr. Light capsules. You get the neutral armor from your first one and whatever parts you get from that one. And then the other 7 will give you parts for either the Hermes set or the Icarus set. And you can mix and match them any old way you want. You can make the whole set Hermes, the whole set Icarus, the whole set neutral, mix and match the parts as you will. Whatever you want, you can do it. It's very customizable, and I really enjoy it, because it means that there's multiple different ways that you can play X in this game. He plays functionally similar no matter what, but it's really nice to have the option of customizing his output. Excuse me. Don't I have to board the capsule first to equip the ability, Dr. Light? Oh god, the script again. Anyway, let's grab our neutral armor, get our foot parts, and then we'll keep moving. Excuse me. Oh, that's great. They gave X a giant collar. Fantastic. We keep saying that, Dr. Light, but somehow I wonder, because, like, you made 8 separate modules. Like, at some point, someone's going to say, bro, you need to slow down. Alright, now getting down this section, well, that works. getting down this section is going to be as hard, if not harder, than getting up this section, so... This is probably the coolest armor, because we can finally have a full set of armor that's mix and match. Yes, and I will also be mix and matching this armor. I like a nice mixture of different things, including just a normal piece of armor. Like, I like one of the sections of armor, I prefer having no armor, and by that I mean just X's default armor. So, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. First, I gotta see how far I can get in the stage without dying. I know I'm gonna die anyway, but it's just a matter of whether I die to the spikes, almost just did there, or I die to Burn Rooster. One or the other will happen. I can guarantee you of that. But we need to beat Burn Rooster first, because I need his special weapon in order to unlock X's next armor upgrade. I need the special weapon that he gives, which is the Melt Creeper. And it gives you a on-the-ground flamethrower type of a dealie, and that will let me... Alright, I can just drop down here. Let X do it. Did you notice how X went invisible there for a second, by the way? That's one of the functions of the Hermes armor. His dashes make him temporarily, kind of, in some cases, invincible, which is pretty interesting. Oh, good, he grabbed me. That gives me an opportunity to show you. Yeah, when you tag assist when someone's grabbed, they will break them out of the grab, so that's kind of nice. Helps a little bit. Alright, now we can move down a little further. Not get hit by too many spikes, hopefully. Oh, good lord. This is gonna be fun. X, why don't you invincible dash through these if you can. There you go. Almost went a little south there, but that's okay. Alright. And then there's this. Oh, okay, there he goes. Can I hit him on the way up? Kind of, yeah. Okay, that guy. Okay. It's gonna be spikes directly below me just because there's these dudes trying to get me. Oh, okay, well, I mean, that's kind of spikes below me. This guy here that I just destroyed, if you hit him with the copy shot with Axel, he can copy him, and then you can go all the way back up. There's a hole in the wall that that guy can go through where you can go back up and continue, but yeah. X looks ridiculous. I know, it's the gigantic collar. It just makes him look so, like he looks like he listens to Linkin Park now. Like, he looks like... There's nothing wrong with Linkin Park, but he looks like he's in the emo crowd now, I guess. I don't know. Can you throw them a little closer to me, please? So I can jump slash. The jump slash is really good in this game as well, by the way. In case it wasn't immediately clear. I'll grab those. Ooh, a purple one. That's worth even more. And it's probably good that we went this far and got all those medals, because I'm going to need to buy the retry chips. So, again, if we die one more time, we're fucked. We have to start the whole stage over. But hopefully I won't die as much on the way through it the next time, because then I can, you know, go through without worrying about the spikes. No, he isn't allowed to say a damn thing. He's made one set of armor for 4 games. The golden super chips, 4 individual chips, and 1 super chip. Then in X5 and X8, there are 2 separate armors, and X4 fucking had the other Buster upgrade, yeah. So, Dr. Light seems like a bit of a warmonger. Not gonna lie.
Zero, can you hear me?
What you got, Aelia? From here on in, you'll be up against a battery of lasers. Oh great, Quickman stage. Your best bet is to take advantage of containers lying around to avoid taking damage. Thankfully, these lasers don't kill you in one hit, so that's kind of nice, I guess. Oh god. No, let me up! Okay. Well, that was kind of nice, I guess. Get the little extra. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I thought I could get on that platform, but I could not. Thank you very much. I mean, I guess that's easier than telling me to, you know, go back and do it again. Getting me all the way to the end of the stage and seeing the Maverick and then dying. Alright, but we got what I was looking for, which was the Hermes parts for the foot parts there, so... Oh, don't worry, Cygnus. I'm going back for maintenance. So yeah, there's a little bit of a getting going part to X8, kind of like how in X5 and X6 I spent some time at the beginning of the game grabbing items out of the stages instead of like actually beating the stages. So, but that's okay. We can get more retry chips. We know what we're going through against in the stages now, so we can do this. And I'm just gonna buy this weapon bottle half now, just so that it can sit there and that's not like an empty space in my inventory. because nothing else I could really buy after buying all those retry chips. Prickle Barrier would be nice here, but it's only effective for one of your retries, so This one is harder than normal. Yes, task failed successfully. Exactly. I got what I wanted. That's the important part. It's going to drop my rank like a rock, but that's okay. I think I got a C rank for this game originally, so if we stay at a C, we'll be good. I mean, if we don't, whatever. I'm not going to get upset about not getting the correct rank, but that's okay. All right, now we're going back in because I need Melt Creeper, so let's go get it. And yeah, here's the customization parts here. So you can, if you want, change back to just the regular parts, and then the neutral armor just makes X function like he always does, or like he did with just the base armor. If you don't want to use the neutral armor, you can always just go with unarmored X back here. But I like using the neutral armor with all of its separate parts. The foot parts H, in my particular case, are the foot parts I'm going to use, because it increases his speed slightly. I think it makes the dash a little faster. Not too much, though, to where it's super noticeable. But the main thing that I like about it is the invincible dashing. He becomes completely intangible while dashing now, which lets him dash directly through attacks, which he definitely could not do before. And that will come in very handy later on. So now that's one part down, 2 to go. And, yeah, let's try Axel. I think he'll work okay because of his hover, so we'll see how it goes. So the close-up makes him look a bit better. Yeah, it's probably a little bit... It's not exactly flattering from a profile side, but up close like that, it's probably a little okay. And I mean, it protects his face, too, so it's a layer of protection he didn't have before. This game is so much fucking better, for real. Rockin' Fun, you and me are on the same page. Already, I mentioned it in the first stage, but already you can see the noticeable improvements just from what we've done so far. And we haven't even done that much. So, there you go. How you doing, Rockin' Fun? Welcome back. We're on X8 now, as you can see. Trying out Burn Rooster again. I got X's armor parts from here, but I died too many times, so we're going to have to go back in again. So we already heard Aelia talking about all this stuff, so instead of listening to it again, let's keep going. See if we can get to the part that we got to before. I'm a little spooked because I don't have the double jump for this part, but that's okay. I'll make it eventually. Should probably use Axel for this part where the game is actually, yeah, because he can hover, and that'll make it. If I start getting over a bottomless looking gap, I can just have him hover, and it should let me do something a little easier, like, oh, okay, hold on. Oh yeah, he can also cling to the side of the platform if you have him shoot from that side. He will never fall off of the platform if you have him clinging to a wall and shooting. So, yeah, there you go. Not too bad. It makes Axel kind of useful, as you can plainly see. Oop, okay. Might have to switch off of him in a second, though, because I'm taking a little extra damage. X, you and me, buddy. Let's do this. Okay. We'll make it. I just gotta not get caught up at the top of the stage, so I take damage from, I don't know, nothing at all, I guess. Whoa. Okay. I'll take it. That's fine. Oh yeah, this will drop. Let me grab a few of these. Because those will respawn, which is nice. So will the bonus, though, so I guess it's not too big of a deal. How am I going to do the bonus now? I guess I could do it with Axel. And just shoot wherever they are, because they take like 1 or 2 hits and they're dead, so... I guess I could just do this, too. I mean, just shooting straight up, that works pretty good. As long as they don't come down on my head. That's why I like Zero a little better for this part. Oh, hang on, I gotta get Axel out of here. There we go. Ooh, I should have gotten that with Axel. Oh well, we can get more. This stage theme goes hard. Yeah, the music in X8 is a lot better than the music in X7, as you can see. Well, the music in X7 isn't too bad. It's just kind of a little... It's only okay. The music in X8, yeah, really good. Maybe I should use a life bottle on Axel. I have it, so I mean, I might as well. Oh, good. You can even pick from the menu who you want to give it to. Awesome. And yeah, about 50% of our HP, so there you go. Literally playing this back-to-back with X7 is a life-changing experience. For sure. The amount of robots Mega Man put into the trash is scary. He's pretty good at the whole killing Mavericks slash robots that are associated with Mavericks now, isn't he? Let's see if I can pop these guys. Again, the bats take more than one hit, which is really odd. Oh, how in the hell am I going to do this without a double jump? I guess I could do it that way. That works okay. Just like start hovering when I'm close to the section. It doesn't really work going up, but hey, if it works, it works. So, we'll just take it nice and slow and watch where we step. That's all, like I'm stealthing in Skyrim. Not that stealth in Skyrim really requires that much effort. Requires a little less effort than this game does, I think. This game has a little bit more brain power you need to put into it to properly stealth, so. Stop moving. Thank you. Could say the same about you. Okay. Well, that's fine. Alright, X, you're at full HP. We'll let you do some stuff for a minute, like, until I get grabbed by this guy. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh god, okay. So the parts were up top there. Instead of going up there, we'll go down here. Ha, there we go. I just gotta get past him before he starts shooting again. Okay. We're getting better each time, and that's kind of the nice thing about X8, is that the more you play it, each of the stages, the better you get at them. So even if you have to retry multiple times in order to properly get the stage done, I don't really mind it too much. It's pretty good. Robots that are associated with Mavericks. Repliforce, yeah. They definitely dropped the ball with Repliforce, that's for sure. It's funny, though, because X8 kind of calls to mind a lot of the things that they talked about in X4 with, like, oh, these robots are good, these robots are bad, these robots are not. Any of the above? Oh, God. Get out of here. There we go. I'm going to give this to X again because I get the feeling he's going to be the one who's going to be taking out the Maverick at the end of this stage, although I think we're going to need to retry in order to take out the Maverick at the end of this stage, if I'm being honest, so.
X, can you hear me?
We already got the lowdown on this part from Alias, so just keep going. Oh, okay. I won't just keep going, I'll just... Why do I keep doing that? I keep falling off like an idiot. Well, at least we have 5 retry chips this time, and that's a checkpoint right there, so that should make it a little easier. Why shoot when they just die when they hit a wall? I get spooked when I see them, and it makes me... It's like a deer in headlights, basically, for me. So, like, I get spooked by them being there, so I'll just want to shoot them instead of letting them run into a wall and dodging. That's my excuse, and I'm going to stick to it. There we go. Oh, we got our attack gauge all the way up. Nice. You want to try to fill it up before you fight a boss. It helps quite a bit, actually, with the boss, because it lets you effectively ignore about 25% of their HP, so I'm not even going to shoot that guy. I got to get out of here. Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? There I am. Let me fix that. There we go. Oh, God. I shouldn't have dropped down right there, but that's okay. Okay, Axel, get out of there. You and X are having a bad day with this whole elevator thing, aren't you? Oop, okay. I guess Axel's out of the picture now, isn't he? That's not good. Oh, God. Like, I'm about to get out of the picture here. I'm lucky that platform was there. Okay. I don't like this one bit. No, I do not. No, I do not. Okay. We were almost to the bottom, actually, because it was about right there, past those ones there. But that's alright. Ah, you're weak. Ah, well... That's what happens when you've only played this game once. You can't do all the super fancy stuff. If you want to see the super fancy stuff, you got to go watch X Maverick Hunter play this game. He just destroys this thing. This stage and the desert stage does have 1 or 2 kind of infuriating insta-deaths, but aside from that, X8 stages are pretty chill. I'm not a big fan of the Ride Chaser stages, but other than that, yeah, usually I enjoy these stages pretty good. So, they're pretty solid. The gimmicks usually aren't too bad, but... This game looks painful. It gets a little bit, especially when you do dumb shit like that, even though there was a platform right there, but it gets a little painful at times, but I'm not really too bothered by it, to be honest. Like I said, really at the beginning of X8, you should expect to die. It's practically a given, because you're getting used to the new gravity in the game, because the characters aren't as floaty as they were. You're getting used to the fact that the stages are a little tougher than they have been previously. in case that wasn't clear already, the stages are a little tougher than they were previously. Let me get the hell out of here. There we go. Alright, sir, we're going to have to share some space for a second. There we go. Oh, that'll work. Sometimes it's better to just wait to see if there's any additional platforms below you before you start freaking out at where you need to go, like in this case. Nice and easy. Let me get Axel out, actually. Because that hover is really nice. Actually, speaking of hover, let me get the hell down here. There we go. Oh, get me out of there. Not there, though. Where in the hell am I? There I am. Okay. If they die, by the way, you can't use a life bottle like that on them. They're just gone, so I guess we're going to have to deal with this without Axel. That's alright. The only unfortunate part about Axel, for me specifically, is that he has no way of... hang on. He has no way of shooting while moving, which is kind of a little bit strange when you're used to X being able to do both at the same time, so... Alright, take it easy, Marie. We'll see you in a little bit. Ex-Maverick Hunter is a god walking amongst us mortals. Do not compare yourself to that. You will fall short. Yeah, that's why I'm not. And Amarella's here. Hello, Amarella. Welcome back. We're playing X8 now, so that should be a lot better than X7 was. You like the snow vehicle stage because the music's bang, and that's true. The snow vehicle stage does have really good music, so... You also go into what seems to be a harder stage with no practice, and yeah, that's probably part of the problem. That's okay. No big deal. We'll get there. Excuse me. The target is highly resistant to heat and has flame-based weapon systems. The key to this battle will be in figuring out a way to keep the flames at bay. Sounds like a plan. I have no weaponry that will allow me to do that yet, Aelia, but I will do the best that I can. Oh, okay. Well, down I go. Not going to get shot on the way because those particle effects are going a little out of my way. That is a checkpoint, however, so now we can actually go from here after this guy stops kicking the damn control module. Good lord, dude. You didn't go to your psychologist this week, did you? Cacaw to you, too.
X, recognize this place?
Are you trying to do a Sean Schemmel impression?
It's the Borderland Waste Disposal Center, where garbage is pressurized and burned.
I'm aware of what this place
I
does.
started a riot. What's going on here? This is no ordinary riot. This is revenge.
For what?
Revenge for all the Reploids you labeled Maverick and threw onto this scrap heap.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, I didn't specifically do that. The government and the council that oversees the Maverick Hunters did that, totally deflecting responsibility, I say.
Mavericks bring only disaster and destruction. We have no choice but to stop them. This is what you mean when you say
If there's any game where that argument falls flat, X, it's X8.
there's no place for Reploids like you in the new world we will create.
Uh-huh. Well, let's see whose ideals win out, yours or mine. How about that? So the way that the vast majority of Mavericks work in X8 is you basically should I use a life bottle here? I mean, I might as well. I'm gonna die anyway, but I guess nah, I'm gonna hold on to it because we might need it after this, so. Is this a Blaziken? Water, you mean water girl? Could be a Blaziken. Yeah, kick it! Your goose is cooked, pal. Fuck this one thing in particular. Not a big fan of the whole ideals argument, too, are you, Rockin' Fun? We'll talk about it. Don't worry about it. We will have plenty of talks about it, so... Ooh, that looks powerful. Wonder if I can get my hands on that. By the way, when the enemies glow like that he did just there, they go intangible and they cannot be damaged, so just in case you were unaware. Like that, how he was right there, so... Wow. Okay, well, we got him into his quote-unquote second phase. But basically, every boss fight in X8 kind of goes very similarly. Okay. He guessed me. He overshot me and guessed me out there. But yeah, every one of them goes pretty much the same. You want to get the enemies down to about 25% of their HP, then they'll use their desperation attack, and then you kill them with a tag attack, so... Try not to let both characters die. Those tag attacks make the boss fight go a little quicker. So, at least X's voice got better since X7. Yeah, he doesn't sound like a crybaby geriatric anymore, so that's good. Oh, you were just talking about him beating the shit out of that machine in particular. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, fair enough. So, Oh, here he goes again. Apparently kicking me around wasn't enough. He still has to take his frustration out on the machine. At least being explosive or something, just don't just kick it. Yeah, especially since he's like an on-fire chicken, like that wouldn't really work out too well. We have to rewatch the scene though, so I guess I'm just gonna skip through it since we've already heard the whole Mavericks argument versus, technically speaking, X, they're not, well, maybe I shouldn't talk about that just yet. Technically speaking, the Mavericks in this game are different from other Mavericks previous to the series, but we'll talk about that later, so. Axel, why don't you help me out here, because I'm dying, so. That's why they go intangible, by the way, because otherwise Axel could just do this and shoot them over and over again, and it would just kind of... It wouldn't really work out for the Mavericks if Axel could just keep shooting them and they wouldn't have any iframes against it, but it works out now that he isn't able to just do that. So, alright, off he goes. There we go. That'll work. Ow. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. He turned into a Super Saiyan Blue! Ow. Did I really just die with Axel? Holy shit, how much damage did he do there? That don't seem right. Oh, by the way, when he does a backflip, if you have a fully charged shot, you're going to want to use it because it will knock him out of the kick that he does, so... Oh, get away from me. Do I use a life bottle here? I'm going to die right now if I don't, but... Oh, maybe I won't. Now I will. Alright, we'll hold the life bottle for this particular next one because I don't have any retry chips left after this, so... The ideal talk kind of misses the point because legacy stuff. It is a spicy chicken, that's for sure. Why are so many chickens associated with fire? I guess just to be ironic. So... But yeah, we'll talk about the whole ideals thing that these guys talk about later. For now, it just seems like he's saying this stuff even though he seems insane. And he kind of is pretty insane. He's a fire chicken kicking the central control unit for a lava factory. That's not gonna work. But yeah, it's we'll talk about it when we get to some other stuff. Yeah, X's parts, his portrait does in fact change depending on the armor you have equipped, so that's cool. It's a nice little detail. I like it. Yeah, cacaw to you too again. Alright, he's Melt Creepering, that's fine. That's the name of that move, by the way, Melt Creeper, so... Okay, he backflips, so let's not get... It's kind of similar to Flame Stag in a way, actually. Actually, thinking about it, this guy really reminds me of Flame Stag, all things considered. It's a little different, but still, not too bad. I gotta be careful, though, because, well, suffice it to say, just defeating the boss in this stage is not enough. We'll get there. Oh, he's invincible still. Can't believe it still didn't get hit there. There we go. But yeah, you see how you can knock him out of that when you use the fully charged shot, so it's kind of helpful. The walls are very helpful in this fight, in case it wasn't immediately obvious. That's why he likes to stick that thing on the walls, because it usually ends with a bit of a problem for you. Oh, wow. Nice kicks, bro. X, why were you turned that way? There we go. Get over him. There we go. But yeah, once you start hearing that armor sound effect going off, that's when he's less vulnerable. Okay, hold on, I need to get Axel in here. Should probably also... Okay, we're at the Desperation attack, so see how he did that weird thing where you could see, like, the energy popping off of him? That means the Desperation attack is happening. I'm going to heal X because I might actually need his help to get through this part, because I don't remember the Desperation attack at all. He's completely intangible while it's happening, though, as you can see here, so... Yeah, I can't do anything to him until he becomes unintangible. Ow. But then I can do this. Let's get him, X! Nice. We got him. Basically, once they do their Desperation attack, they are free to be hit by a tag attack like that, and once you hit them with that, it'll take off the rest of their HP. In hard mode, it's a little different, though, because they do their Desperation attack at 50% of their health, and that means you won't be able to kill them, so there you go. Unfortunately, like I said, just beating him is not enough, and I'm a little spooked by this because I have no retry chips, and if I die on this last section, we have to do the whole stage over again, including killing Burn Rooster. It erases his death if I die. So, surprised they didn't call it Deep Fryer. Yeah, it would be effective as a name considering who the Maverick is. The backflip reminds you of Lightsaber Sigma and X1 a little bit. Yeah, from the way he bounces, yeah, from wall to wall. And yeah, there's a music change. I could hardly hear it because I was chatting my mouth off, but there you go.
Escape through the mouth of the volcano and await teleportation.
Okay, couldn't you teleport me from here, or is there too much interference? There's too much interference. We have to get out of here by going up. So we're gonna go up. X, help me out because Axel needs healing, so... I think the lava's a one-shot? I'm not 100% sure about that, though, but I would assume that it is. I will do the best I can to not die here, though, because, again, we kind of need to not die if we can. This is why I wanted to have 0 for this part, though, because then we could get across this section without me having to make any perilous jumps. Because there's some perilous jumps to be had here. You could also get a bunch of medals if you go out of your way to, like, almost murder yourself, but yeah, I don't think I want to do that, not especially when I got to play it a little safer with our current predicament, so I guess I could do that. That works out okay. Is this thing going faster, or is that just me? Probably just me. Alright. Let's keep this up. Sorry, my hands are already sweating a little bit. Well, you can get a few medals out of it while we're here, so that's nice. Now, don't overshoot the ledge, X. That's not what we need right now. We're almost there. There we go. Easy. And for defeating each Maverick and completing the stage, you get 3,000 medals for free. Very nice. That will pretty much let us purchase everything that we want. They also show you what everybody gets when they get a weapon in this game, which is kind of nice. Zero gets a downward thrusting attack, Axel gets a flamethrower, and X gets Melt Creeper, a special attack that crawls around the ground. So, it was a hard fight, Cygnus. That was a tough stage to start off on. Why did I do that again? Oh, right, because I want to get X's armor correct, so there you go. Lava's a one-shot? What an interesting and illogical idea. There you go. Oh, it's basically a very fast version of the normal theme. Gotcha. Yeah, hell yeah, we made it. Thank you. That was tricky, and that was tough, but we got it, so that's the important part. Now we can develop some chips, so let's do that. The first thing that I always like to do for this part is I always like to buy my life bottles and retry chips before I buy anything else, just so I don't forget, because I might need them. So, there you go. Let's buy some retry chips. 1, 2, 3. And that'll put us at a little over 3,000, which should let us get a couple of life ups, actually. Do I want speedy recovery for X, though? I might want that instead of the other thing. Spike Walker wouldn't be too bad either, but I think life up should be our priority for now. Let me see how much hyper attack is. We could also get Prickle Barrier and spare energy, but do I really need those now that I'm done with that stage? Let's see, hyper attack gauge is 1,500. Maybe I'll wait on that one. Excuse me. You really like the weapon get animation? It's actually pure Mega Man cheesy energy. Absolutely. Especially with it saying weapon get. It's like, okay. English, but still. There's a certain amount of English that's acceptable because it's just dumb fun, you know? So I definitely want life up for X, though, so we're going to grab that for him. So it's 1,500 for the first life up, then 3,000 for the second one, and 4,500 for the third. So, yeah, there's that. And now I got to pick between Zero or Axel to give the next one. Where's the next stage I'm going anyway? I'm going to Meadow Valley next. Axel's coming with me for that one too, I think, because he's pretty good there. So I guess I'll give it to Axel. Zero will take you with us for a few other stages, but Axel can get the life up first. The way that I like to do this is always prioritize X's upgrades first, because he's really overpowered in this game once you get all his armor, so we're going to prioritize his upgrades first. Axel and Zero will kind of get the dregs, basically, and I don't think I'll be getting the life up +2 for either of them, if I'm honest. X is the one that really needs it, along with speedy recovery and a couple of other things, but yeah, I don't know, I just don't really do a lot of the... You can grind in this game to get a ton of medals if you do certain things, but I'm not really a big fan of it. I also don't usually get a lot of the rare metals in the game because they're... The weird thing about rare metals in this game is they're not like finding heart containers or E-tanks or anything like that in previous games. In previous games, once you found them in the stage, you didn't have to buy them again in the development section. In this game, let's say you find Life Bottle Full. Actually, that's a bad example. Let's say you find one of Zero's weapons as a rare metal in the stage. Once you find it, you then have to purchase it for a decently sized amount of metals, and if you're just doing what I'm doing and not like trying to grind for metals, you're not going to get a ton. You might get to like 30,000 by the time the game is over, and that's like 2 of Zero's weapons, and that's it. You won't get anything else. So, yeah. At some point in your life, you come to accept that English is the superior English. You don't know too much about Axel upgrades in this game because you mostly played Zero. Yeah, Zero is fun, especially once you get all of his chips developed for his weapons. It's just that, well, in the one time that I've played this game, I didn't buy any weapons for Zero because they're very expensive to develop with metals. And I don't know, from a world-building standpoint, the metals system to me... I mean, for consumables, okay, whatever, it makes sense because then those are like extras that I can handicap myself with if I need them, but developing the actual things that you got in the stages previous to this, I don't know if I like that. And from an economical standpoint, like, why do we need metals within the world, you know? Like, it's not... To me, it's a sticking point because it's not very immersive, and it basically says, hey, if you want all this stuff, you need to grind to get all this cool stuff. And I'm like, Or you can play New Game Plus. There is a New Game Plus feature in this game, and that lets you unlock all that stuff, too, because you can get more medals in New Game Plus, but I've never played New Game Plus, so I wouldn't know.
X? What's the matter? The mission's only just begun.
That's right. It's begun again. How long must this war go on?
Yeah, we had this argument last time. Thankfully, this time you're not sitting on your hands the whole time.
Just the thought of wiping the floor with those Mavericks makes my trigger finger itch.
Okay, but Axel, wait a second here, bro. Like, I thought we had to talk about this in the last game. They used you for that. You're not supposed to think that way.
Axel!
Thank you.
Oh, Aelia. Axel's right.
No, Axel's wrong!
No time to be wishy-washy here. Even as we speak, Mavericks are causing havoc.
Sure, but you don't have to sound like a Maverick in order to kill a Maverick. He sounds like a Maverick. Stop! What the hell, Axel? You're not supposed to think the way that they used you for. You had remorse over... Well, okay, maybe I self-imposed a little remorse on you in X7 about, oh, well, you know, I left them because they wanted us to kill good people now. But in this game, he's just like, I'll kill anything that stands in my way. It's like, Axel, what the hell, bro? Come on. He is too far gone now. And that's part of the whole thing that this game tries to do with the ethics of labeling something as a Maverick. We'll get more into that later, especially with this person, but we'll get there later, so... Yeah, Axel's being Peter Parker in Spider-Man 3 here. I missed the part where that's my problem. He's gonna put some dirt in their eyes. Totally agree, the metals come a bit out of nowhere. Yeah, there's no going back. Alright, speaking of metal, we're going to Metal Valley next, because we gotta quell the Reploid Rebellion at the metal mine. If we stop them from taking over the metal mine, that should deal a significant blow to their ability to research and develop what they need to get the Jacob Elevator working to get to the moon for whatever the hell Vile and them have planned, so... but anyway, yeah, X is good for this one because there's another armor upgrade that I want, so we're going to take him here. This one's actually a really good upgrade, too, that we're going to get. We needed Melt Creeper in order to get it, though, so we'll get it from there. And we'll take Axel because his hover is pretty good for one particular section here, so... The problem isn't that Axel kills everything that stands in his way, it's more that he openly says he's enjoying killing them. Yes, and that's the sticking point for me. It's like, Axel, this is not supposed to be enjoyable, bro. You left Red Alert for that particular reason in the last game. Why are you suddenly so psychopathic in this game? What the hell? We took Aelia last stage, so let's take one of the others. Let's see. Let's take Layer for this one. And then we'll take Palette for the next one. I don't know if that's the best order to use, but I know I want Aelia for the 4th stage because her, the thing that she tells you about the 4th stage that I'm going to do is actually pretty important, so. Oh, okay. Well, like I said. Oh, great. Well, speak of the devil and he will appear. So yeah, the beginning of the stage, you have to outrun this guy. He, thankfully there's no, like, instant death traps that are directly in front of you, but it gets a little, oh, okay, well, I guess I'm not getting that rare metal up there. There was a rare metal up there that you could grab, but, well, I didn't do the jump right there, so I will not. Oh, okay. Thank you, Bulbrate. He will destroy the enemies in your way, though, if you don't destroy them, so I guess you could just do that. Or you could just shoot ahead of yourself like this. That works, too, but... okay. Oh, nice. How about we have Axel do a little? Or we have Axel get hit a lot. That wouldn't be good. Let's just get over that guy. Okay. Again, I'm not used to not being able to move and shoot at the same time, which is why Axel's getting murdered. Alright. The upgrade is right through that little section down there, but since this guy's chasing me, I'm going to wait to grab it until after he's done chasing me. And, well, we're at a dead end at this moment, but you'll notice there's a crane in the background. I'm going to use it right about now. Ow. So yeah, just blast the thing with the... oh, okay. Unfortunately, he will knock you off by doing what he just did there. I would love to be up there so I can actually shoot this, but he's really making that hard for me. Oh, okay. Get back into position thing. Okay, hang on. There. Okay, so after 3, he will turn around and then he'll run ahead of you, so... I hope it doesn't. I will try. But basically, you want to try to shoot this guy multiple times while you're running through here. I'm going to die probably, so I won't have to worry about that. But before we go anywhere, let's use this. Blow that up and grab this. So, and then we'll chase him down. What parts you got for me this time, Dr. Light? Yeah, oh, hey, it's the Porky statue from Smash Brothers Brawl. Yeah, pretty much. And yeah, this is body parts I, so this is the body parts for the Icarus armor. Gonna look a little different from the Hermes parts, but I kind of like the asymmetry, if I'm honest, so... The idea that Axel is left X7 scarred and turned into this is fucking hilarious. Yeah, I just... he was like, nope, I'm the ultimate killer, so now I have to act like it. Which I suppose would track with the fact that he's a teenager, and that's how they might think, so... Excuse me. Yeah, so this one gives you basically the shock absorber, which is why I like it. I think the Hermes one does too, but this one has a special effect on it that the Hermes one does not have. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But first, we gotta chase down this Mechanoid, so let's go do that. Ah, very nice. Looking good in red, X. You keep saying that. That don't make it your actual MO, Dr. Light. Alright, let's keep going. Track this guy down before he starts exploding. But yeah, it's a good idea to shoot him as much as you can, because he'll drop those red medals if you keep shooting him. It's every certain amount of times that you shoot him, he'll drop a red one. And they're worth 50 apiece, so that makes this a pretty decent way to get medals if you really want to. It's actually easier to do with, I think with 0, but... Vex takes a little damage here. I'm kind of okay with it. I can just use I've got a couple life bottles, so I'm alright with it. The fact that I don't have Axel for this next part might be a little troublesome, but I'll see what I can do. I can't believe it. Oh yeah, right, Invincible Dash. I always forget about that, the Invincible Dash is like one of those things where it's like, I don't remember that I have it until like, all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. I have Invincible Dash. Dr. Light is rooting for the X series to stop. Something like that. He's like, X, just kill the whole series, please. The Mechanolite has made it into the warehouse ahead. It's hiding, but still dangerous. And I will do something about it later. Let's go in there and see what we can do. Bonus room? Kind of. What's with the weird crystal walls? Yes, I said it that way for a specific reason. It's a bonus room, but not exactly the same as always, because it's more of a platforming challenge, in a way. Sort of. Kind of. And it's going to go a little faster here if it keeps going like this, so... But I'll do the best I can to not get hit. Already got a little damage off on me. If Axel was around, I would let X switch out so I could show off what the special effect of the body parts for the Icarus armor do, but I cannot. It might be kind of obvious, though, considering I've got red health and it hasn't gone away yet. So, Can I give this health pack to Axel? Dr. Light made X7 to kill the series. Oh, something like that. Fucking hater. SMH. But yeah, so I had some red health and it didn't go away. I'll talk about that when I actually have somebody else that I can tag assist out so I can show what it does. But for now, we don't. We got to beat this guy, so we're going to do that. The crane is over here, so we want to shoot this and then get the hell out of here because basically you got to keep hitting him with the crane. So just take a shot when it's available, like this. Oh, I didn't hit it. Okay, there we go. I think it's like 6 shots with the crane will deal enough damage to him, so... Axel works for this part too, though, because he can kind of hover over the laser, but, well, X has Shock Absorber now, so I guess I don't need Axel. Hell, I don't need anyone except for X at this point, unless they do that, in which case we don't have the ability to break out, so... Well, we do have the ability to break out, but not easily, so... They teach you the crystal thing before the boss, that's right. Yeah, so they give you a little taste of what's to come, so... Alright, we've got Axel for this part now, so if I get grabbed, I can actually break out of it. And I can show off what the red health... Well, I've shown what the red health does. It recovers when you're, you know, tagged out of the party, but... Oh my god. Oh yeah, Invincible Dash. Again, Invincible Dash is just one of those things. You forget about it until later, but it's just so nice. It's just so nice. Oh my god, I love the Hermes leg parts in this game. They're fantastic. I would take them home with me if I could. I think he's dead. Yeah, he's dead. Okay, cool. We've deactivated him, so let's move along, shall we?
X, can you hear me?
What you got for me there, Lair? The target is equipped with a special armor that's super strong and deflects shots. Even if you'd manage to break the armor, he'll just put it back on, kind of like Crystal Snail from X2, which is funny because his weapon is used very similarly to one of the weapons in X2. I forget if it was... No, it wasn't Crystal Snail's weapon. It was one of the other ones, if I remember right. But... Yeah, without tag, it's a little bit fucked. This is what you were talking about earlier. Yeah, with the grabs and everything. If you buy that thing that lets you break out of grabs, Escape Boost, I think it was, then it's a little easier, but still not that great. Taking care of that armor will be the only way to defeat this guy. Good luck. That's not entirely true, but we'll get there. Let's go see what this guy's got. I'm probably going to have X out for most of the Mavericks in this one. He just has the best things to say, at least from what I've seen. Or rather, the things that he says are always pretty good, so...
The minerals we mine here are essential to the development of space.
They sure are, that's why we want them.
What do you plan to do with these rare resources?
Build more space stuff, probably.
I doubt a brainless maverick hunter like yourself could understand.
I mean, to be fair, I have hunted without remorse for 7 games now, except for the last one. I didn't do jack shit in that one, so I guess I would look a little brainless from the outside. Yes, Invincible Dash is super strong in this kind of game. It's fantastic. It's like getting iframes, basically. It's almost like a dodge roll, and I love it. What's up, Rockin' Fun? Lay it on me while I beat this guy. Thankfully, you can charge up during his little animation that he does there, and that lets you kind of do one of these. He'll also use Crystal Wall on you, and Crystal Wall will, well, they'll fall over after a while, so... He doesn't really do a whole lot other than that, though. He shoots that little ball thing, and I guess that's kind of threatening, but really the main threat here is the crystal walls. They can block shots. Sometimes it's nice for you, though, because they block shots, but they'll also push them towards you, which is sometimes bad, I suppose. I'll get me the hell out of there. Oh, actually, here, let me show you. So you see how we have those 4 charges of red health, right? So now we have 6. If I switch to Axel now... Well, I can do a little bit of tagging out, but see how X is recovering all of that HP over there? So yeah, that's the special effect of the armor that we got, the Icarus armor, is that you basically don't have to worry about taking wound damage anymore, because if anybody else gets hit, their maximum HP goes down every time they get hit. From now on, X will no longer lose any more than his maximum HP when he gets hit, so... Oh, I don't have double attack, whoops. I'm thinking, oh yeah, I can end this right now, and I technically can. I just need to do, you know, not be dumb and do this stuff. Let me switch Axel in so he can actually, there we go, finish him off. I was thinking I could double attack, but I did not have a double attack gauge. That's why you need hyper attack, apparently. What if I told you that 0 gets invincible dash body parts in 0, 3, and 4? I'm going to be looking forward to 0, 3, and 4 then. For sure. That's a fancy blaster. We got Crystal Wall as well, and Rekyodan! Sorry, I'm going to mispronounce all these Japanese names, but I'm going to do it with style. And we got, again, 3,000 medals plus what we found in the stage. We also got the body parts eye, which is very good. Excuse me. That's the idea, Cygnus. Alright, let's do more development, shall we? We don't need to buy retry chips because, as you may have seen, the blue retry chips are the ones they give you for free at the beginning of each stage. They use those first before they use up the ones you buy. And that's nice because it means you don't have to buy them as often, so pretty good. I might buy a prickle barrier and a spare energy just to have them, maybe? Yeah, I'll buy them just to have them. You never know when they'll come in handy, so. And they're pretty cheap, actually, to keep rebuying, so it's not too bad. I could buy X's Life Up +1 at the moment, but I don't think he needs it that badly just yet. I would like Speedy Recovery for him, though, so let's do that. Because basically, now that we have the Icarus body parts, if he gets damaged, you can take him all the way down to 1 HP, and then you switch him out, and 0 and Axel will basically be the buying time until X gets his HP back from now on. Because then X can just recover all of that HP back with the body parts eye and pop back in like nothing bad happened. So, yeah, it's pretty good. Let's get a life up for 0. But yeah, as you can see, developing 0 takes a lot longer. He gets 4%, whereas X got 8, and Axel got 7 from a life up. So, yeah. I might get Speedy Recovery for the rest of them, too. That's not too bad to have. Do I need anything else? I mean, Spike Walker's okay. Super Recover's okay. Chain Combo's okay. Nothing really that I particularly care about. The main things that I care about in this game are the life ups and Speedy Recovery. Once I have those, everything else is just bonus, basically. So those are the things I'm going to focus on. But everybody has life up +1 now, so yeah, let's get Speedy Recovery for everybody else too, because that'll help out with 0 and Axel. They could use it, even though they're not necessarily the ones that particularly need it. So X is the only one that I'd ever want to get weapon up for, but I really don't think I need it that badly. I might buy it later if it's like, okay, I got nothing else to buy, but yeah. The weapon get screen changes slightly depending on which character finished off the boss. Yes, as you may have seen there, Axel got the weapon first on that one. So yeah, it depends on who finishes the boss off. So also, if you finish a boss with a tag attack, both characters get to do their victory pose before teleporting instead of just the active character. And yes, you and me are on the same page, Rockin' Fun, because those kinds of small details are the kinds of things I really like in games. And yeah, it's also present in this game. This game has a lot of little details that I enjoy, so it's very good. I'll get Spike Walker. It might help. I don't know. I've only got 500, and I have nothing else to spend it on anyway. And the next Maverick will give me life up +1 for X anyway, because it'll give me 3,000, so let's see. So Maverick number 3 will get me that. Number 4 will get me that. Number 5 will get me that. And then I got to save up a little for between numbers 6 and 7 for X to get this. And then I guess maybe I'd get Super Recover with the remainder for everybody, and that would be about it, I think. But yeah, the way that I have it planned out for the chips that I want to develop, I should be able to get everything that I want developed by the time we're done beating all 8 of the Mavericks. So yeah, we shouldn't be in too bad of shape with that. Alright, but we saved. Let's go back to stage select, and then we'll keep going. What, was he training, or was he doing recon?
Zero, have you forgotten already? I'm Pallet. This here is Lair.
Yeah.
Navigators here. Don't forget about us.
That's... You're just trying to tell me to use you for the stages, aren't
I
you?
wanted to talk to you and waited here the whole time for your return.
Oh my god, she's a little shit disturber. Oh no. Oh my god. She has the hots for that, man. That is for sure. And 0 has no fucking idea. That's just great. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, once you beat one of the Mavericks, you can go back to Noah's Park. There are more items to collect there, but we don't have the proper parts to collect all of them. And we never will. So I'm not going to go back there for the moment. We only have one more part that I want for X, though. And in order to grab it, we actually need to grab the Shining Ray weapon. In order to get that, we have to go to Troya Base to defeat the Maverick there. So we'll go do that next. Although Troya Base is a pretty good starting stage just because of the way that it's laid out, so we'll talk about it when we play it in a second. So yeah, Zero's blind as fuck. It's great, yeah. He doesn't even think about that stuff anymore. All he thinks about is killing Mavericks. I guess we're all the same in that way, aren't we? There's a lot of good intentions when making this game. It doesn't always translate in good stuff, but you can't be too harsh about it. Yeah, especially coming off of X7. There are some problems that I still have with it, but yeah, it's a vast improvement over X7. It's like I said, it's why I think I'm kind of neutral of it overall. I can see the potential, but I think the main thing about this game that gets me is the fact that they never finished a lot of the things that they bring up in this game. So I think that's the main sticking point for me about the whole thing. So yeah. You kind of like these nonsense dialogues, like, sure, whatever, it's silly fun. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that stuff. It's just when they do stuff like, they're after the orbital elevate. No, Aelia, they have it already. You're like, when they do stuff like that with the translation, that's where it gets me a little bit, because it's like, okay, wait a minute. Details are going to get lost here. For example, let's take a look at the neutral armor to look at another bad translation. If you look at body parts I, it doesn't describe what I just told you. It says damage is halved, but the recovery gauge depletes slightly. What does that second part even mean? It does not mean what it actually does, because in reality, both of those things are good. Damage is halved, and your recovery gauge does not go down. You don't take wound damage, but they didn't word it like that, so it makes this armor look crappy, because you get damage is halved, but there's a bad detrimental side effect to it. No, it's the best body part in the game by a long shot. It's way better than the Hermes body part. Just use it. Ignore that second section. It makes no sense. But that's what I mean. It's like when it's just like, you know, whatever. It's a story detail or whatever. It's fine. The story hasn't been a priority in X games previously. When it affects gameplay like that, that's where I have a bit of a problem. So, all right. So Zero's pretty good for this part. So let's let him hang out with X. Get the old combo back, and we'll use Palette for this one. And we'll go fight. Great. They had an onion in the last game, and now they have a sunflower in this one.
You have to clear each area in order to move on to the next one.
But I kind of like this stage quite a bit. I'll talk about it in a second, but...
The next training session will be altered.
Yeah. Basically, this is a training facility for Maverick hunters. It's been taken over by a Maverick, but it still functions as a training facility. And you get to do all these different challenges in each room, and depending on your score, you will either move up in rank or down in rank, and you get an easier or a harder challenge depending on what you do. So this is a really good first stage because there's like no consequences. The in-between sections can still kill you a little bit, but it's pretty safe, honestly. So if you're not sure which one to do first, do this one. So, and you know, the stage theme is pretty damn good too, so there's that to, you know, hold us over. Ow. I probably won't get a super high score for this. I think the little score in the bottom right-hand corner there changes color depending on how good of a rank you got. I think you need to get it above I think it's above 75 or something in a minute in order to get the highest score, so... Right now we're at a low score rank because it's still red, I think. Probably if I waited I could get all of those guys at once, but I definitely am not waiting. I didn't wait anyway. Like that. We could do that pretty good. So, oh, I got a couple. Nice. Yeah, see, we got a low score there, so it's going to drop us down a rank. So that little chart in the background there shows you when you get a good or a bad rank. In order to get, I think there's a rare medal you get at the end of the stage if you get all good ranks, but I forget exactly, so... Yeah, the mini-game stage, you use Zero for this one. Love this one, it's pretty good. Can you just go double X? I don't think you can go double X. I can try it, but I don't think you can. Oh yeah, Zero got his Beam Saber upgrade, by the way, from the last stage, so that's pretty good. I'll try going double X, but I don't think you can, at least not yet, anyway. Spoiler alert, there's a way to play as quote-unquote double X later on, but you have to pay a lot of medals to do that. It's more of a New Game Plus feature, really. So, we'll get there. Yeah, Jump Slash is too good for that part. It really helps out. Let's try Zero for this part, because he works pretty good here, so. And we gotta beat that guy in as little time as possible, so. I will try to. Anyway. There we go. Okay, we moved up a rank. Good. Zero's got a wound HP problem, but that's okay. No big deal. I think you get more medals in between each section if you, what's it called? If you do well, but I'm not sure. So, I'm gonna try to alternate, but I might switch back to Zero depending on what this one is. Nah, this is actually pretty good for X, so. Because you can do that from range. And we even moved up a rank again. Nice. Very good. I take it. I kind of roll with the punches with this stage because I really don't care about the rare medal at the end. It's really not necessary, to be honest. If you're going for 100% completion, though, you're going to have to get pretty good at this stage. So, the difficulty of each trial, by the way, each minigame changes depending on how good your rank is. Right now, we're at the highest rank, so this minigame will be a little harder. As you can plainly see, now they're shooting at me on top of everything else, and I died. So, we'll have to be a little careful of that. I think each time you die, by the way, it drops you down a rank, so there's that too, but it's okay. Alright, let's try that one again, shall we? I might use Zero for this part too, because it might work a little easier than the other one, so. Let me wait up here, actually. Okay, don't overcorrect. Overcorrection is the bane of my existence. It will definitely make it really bad for us. Okay, good. Got that guy, good. Got him. And we're back down a rank. Yeah, a little harder indeed, exactly. Just a bit. What's up, Pallet? Picking up what looks like an incredibly tough substance that is resistant to attack. Only the power of a black hole could put a dent in it. It'll take a huge amount of energy. A black hole? Where am I going to get a black hole, Pallet? Come on now. That's ridiculous. There's no way we can use a localized black hole to destroy something, can we? That's just crazy talk. But yeah, this is the wall she was talking about. You can't break this unless you have a very specific special weapon that we don't have just yet. Gotta go to Primrose to get it, but we haven't been to Primrose yet, so there you go. It's for a body part for X. Actually, it might not be a body part. It might be a head part. I forget what it is. It's a part for X, but I don't want it because I'm never going to use it. So, yeah, there you go. Oh, hang on. This is another good one for Zero. Hold on. Because he can just do this, because this thing has, like, no iframes whatsoever. And there you go. Zero's pretty good for these minigames, as it turns out. I think this part's pretty tough, though, right here, because there's, like... it's a bottomless pit below us, just in case it wasn't clear. Okay. Almost went in the pit, but there you go. Alright, let's try to go up a rank again if we can here. I don't remember what this one is. Oh, it's the claw. Oh, okay. And yeah, the spikes will kind of move a little bit. So, and then they'll move back. But it's fine. We went down a rank, but it's fine. No big deal. Do I just go straight up? Yeah, I do. Okay. This part's a little finicky here with these little sections that you can go off of, with the little, like, overhangs there. It's kind of finicky because of the way the physics in this game work, but we made it, so I guess I don't got to worry about it too much. There's another bottomless pit down there, though, so don't fall. But, yeah. Those are the only really big parts where you got to worry about, oh, crap, I could fall. But I'm not worried about it. All right, next section. Take me down a rank, but that's okay. Let's see what we got. We got... Uh-oh. Vile?
Vile, what do you plan to do with the elevator Illuminate?
That's not what I thought would be here. I want another minigame.
Don't worry, we're taking very good care of him.
Yeah, I would hope so. He's kind of an important figure, even though the game wouldn't imply that because he's never been seen before.
The orbital elevator is too important.
Then again, we could say the same thing about Dr. Doppler in X3, so... I think I'm more okay with it with Dr. Doppler because he's an actual doctor, whereas Lumine just looks like a little kid. But, I don't know. Flower Boss may be ridiculous, but his stage isn't. Yeah, stage doesn't mess around. Then again, neither does the Sunflower Boss, but, you know. Lumine is a dude, yes. Yes. Is voiced by a female and looks very androgynous, but is a dude, yes. So. I suppose so.
How I've missed you, Zero.
Well, you won't have to miss me for long.
Make the most of this reunion.
Sounds like a plan. Let's do this, then. Just like in the first game, Vile has no HP bar. So you gotta make the most out of it if you know, are trying to fight him. But he's pretty easy in this first iteration. You can kind of just tank it out a little bit, honestly. Oh, I should have just dashed. Okay, he's already dead. Never mind, he's gone. Oh, and we even maxed out our rank because we beat him. Probably because we beat him so well. Now the stage is going to kill me, but you know how that goes. It's fine. Ooh, we have Prickle Barrier for this part, so that might help out a little bit. Maybe I can make it without it. Oh, God. How the hell do you expect me to do this part? Oh, wait, I see it. Hang on. Yeah, just do this. Oh, God. Oh, we made it. Okay. Oh. That part's a little tricky. I'm not going to lie. It's not the last time we'll be seeing spike hallways like that, and some of them later get pretty tough, too, but yeah. The Vile theme does go hard AF. It's just we couldn't hear it for very long because he didn't really last. Yeah, goodbye, Vile. A trap in a game this young. Surprising. I think it was kind of starting to be a trend in JRPGs at this point, though, or just Japanese games in general. I think there's a few games, like, I think Tales of Symphonia had a trap in it, if I remember right, too, and that came out around the same time. Maybe, those are the only two I can think of, though, but there's probably more. Who am I fighting? I think X works pretty good for this part, so let's try it. Ah, yeah, the mini-boss of this section. So, excuse me. Good lord. Lunch is attacking again. Yeah, there's this weird-looking Ouroboros machine with cannons and armor and claws and dragon things that do that. Oh, God. Oh, yep. Invincible dash, right. I forgot again. That's my bad. I think I gotta destroy the dragon head first, though. Maybe if I rocked the dragon, we'd be in better shape, but... no. I'm not rocking the dragon at the moment, as you can plainly see. There we go. Okay, we'll tag out because X could use a little recovery, and speedy recovery should make that go pretty quick, so... oop. Alright, cool. Now it's just you. Yeah, jump slash is pretty good. Okay, cool. Yeah, shooting in between would make sense. I don't think you can hit him, though, in between yet. I think he's intangible until you break all the parts on the outside, which is a little unfortunate, but, you know. You think the boss from the stealth stage is pretty sick? Yeah, I like the boss from the stealth stage, too, yeah. We'll get there. Remember the melee Maverick of the game being fun? Lots of the Mavericks in this game are pretty cool to fight, too, actually, in my opinion. I like them all pretty good. They're all fairly fun to fight, so... especially, I think the melee one you're thinking of is the one in the forest. He's fun to fight, especially if you can do the gimmick of his stage perfectly, because then you get a little bit of an extra handicap, too. Makes the fight a little trivialized, but still. It's fun to try to work it out, you know, and work out the gimmick and play with the gimmick until it works out for you. Do I want Zero out for this part, just to give him a line? I'll do it for the next one. I'll let X talk to this one. But we're here, so let's go check and see what this one's got. Nice satellite beam, bro. I didn't know that was how sunlight functioned for you.
Maverick Hunter? Here?
Yes.
Who in the world are you? Why are you here? Who am I?
These are questions that I don't have the answers to.
He's gone totally berserk. We've got to stop him.
I don't know if that's berserk,
Berserk?
X.
I don't think so. We may not be the good guys, but we're no monsters.
Yeah, he seems fairly cognizant despite asking a very strange question a second ago. Oh yeah, this one. Bosses in this game get desperation moves and overall bigger movesets, yes. It's one of the reasons why I like them a little bit more, because they have a little more character because of the fact that they've got a lot more movesets to think about, so. A dude, also voiced by a female, might be a dude. Not really sure, to be honest. I guess it doesn't matter too much. For Optic Sunflower, you gotta deal with laser beams. So, and there's also platforms all over the stage that might make it a little harder to deal with laser beams. Eventually, it'll be like Axel the Red in X5, where he teleported all over the place and had a bunch of copies of himself, so, yeah. We'll deal with it, it's fine. The copies don't stick around for very long, though, so... Nice use of platforms there, though. That's kind of nice, because then you can kind of, you know, hide from them when they're doing crazy shit like that, so... Oh, it's coming for me. Hold on. Okay. Maybe I'll get Zero out. I always forget if this is their weakness, though, this Saber, so... I don't want to use their weakness if I can afford not to, although I think the weakness is the Saber is not the weakness of any of the bosses I'll be fighting until later, so... Oh yeah, this part. So now, Optic Sunflower will get out a Satellite Beam! Basically, wait for all three of the lasers to triangulate and then jump the hell out of the way, because otherwise, you're getting rocked. Ow. Try that one again. There. Gotcha. I have a double attack this time, so now we can end it a little quicker. Very good. Nice work, Zero. Nice work, X. It is actually a huge upgrade from X5 and X6 Mavericks, who kind of don't do anything. Absolutely. I agree for sure. Alright, 3,000 more medals or hours. Very good. Mission accomplished. Piece of cake. And there's Zero's Giga Attack, the Tensho, ha! We get the Shining Ray, which we needed, and Axel gets his ray gun back, so that's cool. He also gets the grenade launcher later, but it's gotten a bit of a nerf, I think. I've never really used any of Axel's special weapons in this game, if I'm honest, so...
That looked like a hard fight, but there was never any doubt that you'd come out on top.
Yeah, it's a fun boss to fight, I think, because you gotta look around for where they are, and you gotta... It's not really too hard, but I think that's really because it's meant to be one of the first bosses you fight. It's a lot easier than Burn Rooster's stage, that's for sure. So, there you go. Let's see, we don't need any more retry chips because we're still good on that. We didn't use our Prickle Barrier or our Spare Energy, so that's also good. X, let's get you a life up +1, so now he's got even more HP. And so, like, this stuff I don't mind, right? Like, this stuff is fine. Buying life ups and, you know, consumable items with medals, that's all good stuff. I'm okay with that because it's like, okay, you're giving me currency and then I can purchase a handicap. When I find a rare medal in a stage that says, hey, here's this fancy cool weapon, or hey, here's this fancy thing that you couldn't have access to before this, but you have to buy it with medals that are fairly limited anyway, that's where I start to take a little bit of a problem with it. But I explained that before, so it just gives you more of an idea from what we just saw there. Yeah, it's a good beginner stage, I think. There's not a whole lot of risk in it, so it's fairly solid for a first stage. Probably the one I should have done, because then we could have gotten the Shining Ray a little earlier, but oh well.
That's the third one, but we still don't know what the Mavericks are up to.
I mean, control of the orbital elevator, but...
Determined exactly why the new generation Reploids are going Maverick.
Yeah, there's also that, too.
I'm running simulators right now, but it looks like their virus resistance is absolute.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I'm a new generation prototype, and I can confirm that. I'm immune myself.
When they say that they're immune, basically what they both mean there is that all new generation Reploids, including Axel, who's a prototype of the new generation, they're all completely immune to the Sigma virus. They cannot be infected whatsoever, which should prevent them from going Maverick, but...
Axel's a prototype, then that means he could go Maverick too.
No, he just said he's immune,
Since he's a
so...
prototype, he'll be okay. Let's analyze his data to be sure.
What? Hey, I'm no Maverick.
Are you sure about that? Because sometimes you sound like one. And sometimes that line gets a little bit nebulous too, but we'll get into that. More so in the second half than the first half. More so with this gentleman and this person. But we'll get there. Alright, the way I've broken up the stages is that we will do a Ride Chaser stage in the 4th and 8th stage, just to prevent them from being like back-to-back. That means we have to do the harder Ride Chaser stage first, but the theme is pretty good, like Rockin' Fun said, so let's go to Central White and get X's last upgrade, shall we? It's not hard, but it's clever, and it feels like Flower's moves are somewhat intuitive. Yeah, and it flows well, right? It's not too hard to dodge. You can get used to it pretty quickly. The stage itself isn't too hard to navigate, so there's a few little pitfalls, but not anything that's too bad, and you can usually get back through it pretty quickly. So, all right. Let's see. So we'll keep what we have here. That's fine. And then let's bring Zero again, just to have something a little bit different with our Ride Chaser here. The Ride Chaser's gun actually changes depending on the character that you have out, as we'll see in a minute. And I want Aelia because she tells me where the part is, if I remember right, or at least how to get to it, so. Not gonna lie, Axel sounds like more of a Maverick than the 3 we just did, yeah. That's the sticking point that I have a little bit, yeah, with Axel here.
Who knows what could happen?
Hopefully they don't melt the polar ice caps, because that would not be good.
Go as fast as you can, but watch out for crevasses.
You mean crevices? No, that's a different spelling. You can dash in this one by pressing the L1 button, so it's probably a good idea to dash because it lets you avoid a few people. Try to stay at as high of the speed as possible if you can, but it's not always necessary. But yeah, see how there was that guy that was behind me there? If you dash, you can just completely avoid him, so. Unless you're at low speed like I am now, so. Sometimes it becomes a problem, sometimes it doesn't, so. I don't think you have to dash across these. Yeah, you don't gain any speed when you dash across those. Also, X's Icarus armor does not help him here at all, so keep that in mind. You have to actually be mindful of your current HP values in this one, so there is a checkpoint, thankfully, later on in the stage that will prevent us from just, like, having to do the whole thing over again, but it's a bit of a spam fest. You have to mash the square button if you're not using X, because X can charge up, and unfortunately Axel cannot charge up, so. But it's not too bad. There is a little trial and error here, and you could, you know, fall into a trap like that part there, where if you had kept going straight, you would have just completely bit the big one, but, you know, it's fine. I think we're at a checkpoint, though. I think once you reach this section, you get to a checkpoint, and the mini-boss music is playing, so you know that's going to be fun. Alright, give me something to shoot at here. Ideally, you. Oh, hang on. Let me get Zero out for this part until he comes down from his little on-high section. And then just mash that square button. Do as much damage as you can before you before he goes back up, so. Try to swerve a little bit, too, because he fires out those little capsule things that will not be good. Oh, I got him in one round. Wow. That's way better than I did before. I didn't get him in one round before. I had to do 2. Nice. Good work, X. Good work, Zero. That will work. And he'll drop some medals, but I'm not really concerned about the medals. It's fine. If we don't get them, we don't get them. They're like 1s and 5s, so. Alright, that's another checkpoint, but I think this next section's a little tougher, too, so. We'll see what we can do. Ow. Stop that. Try to get around these guys. Especially that guy, the one that was behind me. You don't want the guys behind you. They will eventually they'll try to do a dash themselves and they'll basically smack into you, and it's really hard to avoid if you haven't been dashing yourself, so. Ow. No, get away from me. See how he dashed ahead like that, though? That's what I meant. So. Zero, get out of there. We'll just take over with X. I'll let him do some stuff, even though he's taken a beating too, so I guess now you're good. Oh yeah, right, you have speedy recovery, so you'll get over that quickly. Wow. Got some electric fences to deal with here too. Ow. And ideally you don't want them to drop your speed like that, because that will not work for us. Ooh, okay, okay, okay. Slow your roll with that now. Okay. Actually, I think that's a trap if I remember right, so is this. Well. This is also a trap, I think, but okay, we're okay. We're okay for now. We're not okay for now. I was not watching out for crevasses. That's okay, though. Alright, let's try that again. So yeah, you get to start again after the mini-boss fight, so that's not bad. Helps a little bit. With the whole, you know, not having to redo the whole stage just because of this, so. Wow, can't believe I didn't get hit by that. Holy shit, I got hit by that, though. But yeah, you gotta mash a little bit because of the way the weapons work. With Axel, I think you can just hold the trigger down, but with X and Zero, not so much. Ow. Stop that. I said stop that! Let me get the hell out of here before that becomes a problem. Oh, that's a problem, though. Whoops. Yeah, I sometimes don't pay attention to what's up ahead of me. In these ride chaser stages, it almost always leads to my downfall, as you can plainly see. So, alright, get the hell out of there before that guy does anything stupid. Oop, I moved just slightly too much, and it cost me a little bit. Okay. Yeah, let's get Zero out, that's fine. Yeah, try to micromanage your HP just a little bit. It's not too bad, but it's still a little tricky. I don't know, if you want my honest opinion, I think that this section goes on just a little too long. It's fine, but oh god, I'm going to do it again. Yep, I wasn't on the right side. I always stay to the left there, and that's what ends up happening because of it. You just think, every time you see a Ride Chaser stage, you just think of the Ready Death Pit from X5. Yeah, yeah, I remember the Ready Death Pit. Oh, that was a fun time, that's for sure. I don't know why, the left side of the stage just seems to work for me for this particular section. So when I have to go to the right up there, it just messes me up. I guess I should keep that in mind, because in a second I'm going to have to go to the right, but... okay, hold on. Get me away from you, sir. I can't believe I managed to kill that guy before he blasted me in the face. Like that. Ow. Oh good, I got some HP out of that guy. Yeah, sometimes they'll drop HP for you, so that's not too bad. Alright, now we're in the right place, so... we still took some damage, but that's okay. I like Zero's Saber a little better, Saber Shot a little better for these electric fences. I don't know why, but it seems to hit them a little better for some reason. Maybe it's because it's, like, wider. I don't know. Alright. Well, you could go up there to get some medals, but just stay kind of... okay. Stay to the left there, because you don't want to whack into the... oh, okay. No, that's another crevice. Okay, go here. I can't believe I managed to make that. Let's switch to X. I see the big guy again. And I gotta look up ahead of me to make sure I... okay, we got to the next section. Good. To make sure we don't have to deal with this guy again. So we'll let him do whatever the hell he's gonna... I think he does like a flyby here. Like he tries to run into you or something. Right? Maybe not yet. Ow. Let's switch to Zero. X needs a little time. Oh, okay. Okay, well, I guess we're not going to switch to Zero. Can I use the... that's not the button I wanted to press. Can I use the life bottle on the thing here? I guess I can. Can I use it on Zero? No, I cannot. Okay. Well, let's try it with that, shall we? Oh yeah, I gotta dash up to him to make sure I stick it to him. There you go. Okay. Almost. Almost to him. I have a hard time dodging those little black hole-looking dark ball things that he shoots out. I don't know why, but I think it's because I'm looking at him rather than looking at myself. So... it's tricky. We will probably use all our retry chips here again, but that's okay. Oh good, Ready Death Pit. No, there's no... not in this particular section. Okay, Zero, you're up because X needs a little recovery. And you could also beat this guy with Zero, but I just find it easier most times to shoot him with X when he drops down to the ground, you know? So, actually, this part with Zero might be a little easier because I'm shooting ahead of myself to hit these things. So I think we have a double attack now, so that's good. Where are you going, sir? There you are. No, keep going, X. Keep going. Okay, Zero's back up. But yeah, see how I keep getting hit by those? I mean, we're almost through him now, it looks like, because he's on his, he's got that little... oh no, he's only like a third of the way there. Never mind. He's got that one little section that's having a rough time. Ow. Hang on, Zero's better for this part. Gotta make a judgment call sometimes. Oop. No iframes on that either. Anybody mind giving me a little HP? That would be nice. He's almost there. I've scratched my face, though. There we go. Alright. Let's do this part again. Ow. I guess I gotta dash a little bit to get to these guys before they blow up. Which way you going, sir? There you are. We got him. Good. Nice and easy. Welcome back, Marie, with your barbecue wings and your meds. Nice. Very good, very good. We just finished up the 4th stage, as it turns out. We managed to get to the Environmental Control Center, and now we're going to go take on Avalanche Yeti. But before we go there, there's something else we can do here. I forget if Aelia tells me about it here, but it's definitely up here, I think. Yeah, it's right up there, so try to get up there. It's kind of funky to get there, but it's one of those overhang things, you know what I mean? So, oh, I thought Aelia had a thing to say about this. Anyway, this wall is kind of like the wall in the Troya base stage with Optic Sunflower, where you just can't break it with most things. But if you use the Giga attack, which is which button again? I think it's just, do I need to use a special attack with 0? I forget what there it is, down in triangle. Yeah, if you use the Giga attack, you can melt the ice, because it's searing heat. So that's pretty good. You can also use Shining Ray with X, or use the ray gun that we had with Axel there. The Burn Rooster's weapons, just not hot enough to burn through that ice, but the Searing Light of the Sun, yeah, that'll do it. So... yeah, nice, nice. By the time next month rolls around, you'll be almost 2.5 years into hormones. The physical changes won't slow down. Help! I mean, that's not bad, isn't it, though? I mean, the physical changes aren't... they're what you want with the hormones, though, right? So maybe it's just that they're going too fast, and I can understand that. That's true, I did block her number in X7, so that makes it a little hard for her to call me. In any case, we can get head parts H, which is the final part that I actually care about for X. All the other ones, the other 5, excuse me, I could care less. This one is really nice because it basically gives you the quick charge from X5 and X6. So in combination, we now have Invincible Dashing, Shock Absorber, Speedy Recovery, and also our recovery gauge never goes down unless we die. Or if we're in a Ride Chaser stage, and Quick Charge. We have those 5 things all equipped on X at once, and his regular Buster Shot is pretty damn strong just by itself, especially with this, as you'll see in a second. Allow me to demonstrate once I grab this. So you know how you had to charge up twice before in order to get the full Buster Shot? You love how ridiculous that collar looks. It is pretty great, yeah. But yeah, you know how you had to charge up twice before to get the full Buster Shot? Not anymore! You just charge up a little bit and you get the normal Buster, and then you charge up to where you were normally and you get the full Buster Shot. Oh my god, X is a house now. He will destroy the entire game from here on out. He is our main form of DPS for the remainder of the game. Zero and Axel are just kind of there for participation credit. Oop. Yeah, let's have Aelia talk about this before we go in. The target is highly resistant to cold. It can move freely in snow-covered areas. Watch out for sudden movements. Kind of like a snowy version of Wheelgator, really. Although it's not sludge this time, so... Hermes Buster is fucking dumb, like fuck. Yeah, and I'm just using the regular Buster parts. The head parts are what makes this so atrociously powerful. We don't even need the Hermes Buster, so... That's true, X can get even more broken than this. You can, if you get all 4 armor parts of every single, like let's say you get 4 Icarus parts, you end up getting a special effect out of not just the 4 effects from the armor, you get a special 5th effect that you get just from having those armor pieces equipped. I don't remember what they are because this is the setup that I used the first time I played the game because it's also really good. But yeah, X is like really, really OP in this game, and he's really customizable, which is why New Game Plus might work because of how customizable X is, so. Yeah, sup, Frosty, definitely. Big ol' snowman.
Avalanche Yeti, what do you think you're doing?
Fair question.
Old model Reploids have no business here.
I mean, we do if you're gonna melt the polar ice caps, bro.
No way. If we don't repair this system, the world's ecological balance is at risk.
See, this makes sense, right? This makes sense as to why they'd hunt him, because he's trying to throw off the world's entire ecological balance by destroying the polar ice caps. That's a Maverick. This one makes sense. The rest of them? It's debatable. Burn Rooster, yeah, I could see it for him too, but a few of them, it's like, okay, wait a minute. It's kind of cute with his red carrot nose. Don't tell him that to his face. He might take a little umbrage with cute. Okay. Yeah, so this is where the game becomes fun for me, because now it's super fast-paced, and X is atrocious, so even if it's fast-paced... Oh, hang on, I gotta break out. Yeah, there we go. So even if it's fast-paced, it's okay. Oh, he's got a Shoryuken. Nice. I can appreciate the Shoryuken. Ow. Zero, get the hell out of there. But yeah, this is where the game becomes a little more fun for me, because it's super fast-paced, I have an invincible dash, I can charge up like a motherfucker. It's pretty good, as it turns out. Yeah. Hang on, break me out, please. And then run! Like that, okay. Well, we don't have a double attack now, but that's a little unfortunate, but it's fine. Okay, he's in desperation attack mode now. He will start shooting these snowballs at you. Well, snowflakes, excuse me. And I'm not sure when I'm going to break out of this ice, but... Oh, there we go. I think, by the way, the Shoryuken he's doing, it's called the Hyoryusho, I think. It's the actual attack he gives you after this, so... He did anti-air me with a DP. He's got that fighting game moves. He took some notes from Magma Dragoon. Good lord, he is going to EVO next year. Well, Zero got murked, but mission complete, so that's the whole important thing. We get Drift Diamond, it's okay. We also get Hyoryusho and the Ice Gatling Gun, which is probably, honestly, just by looking at it, it's probably Axel's best weapon. If he can fire that in all directions, that's nuts, but something tells me he can't. Axel got a little nerfed in this one. Why is he fucking melting? Yeah, that happens in this game when you're as powerful as X is at the moment. Thanks for saying that. Reminded you still need to kill Wall of Flesh in Terraria. Oh, great. That sounds like fun. Alright, chip development. I need Life Bottle. I also need most of my retry chips back. Yeah, and the other nice thing about retry chips, by the way, is that they are used up in reverse order of expenses. So the retry chip 3, which is the most expensive one, always gets used last. It means that you spend less money trying to get them back after you use a whole bunch of them. So that's a really nice quality of life feature, and I approve. X8, you are in my good graces. You are doing everything that I want you to do. Keep going. Let's see here. We got 3,000, so we can give life up to... Who do we want to give it to? What stage am I doing next? It doesn't really matter which stage I do next after this. The only exception is that I definitely want to go to Dynasty last, so... Love how Axel's copy ability is so underutilized for his character that they gave him tons of firearms, yeah. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of hard to use. Although in this game it's a little easier because his copy shot is instantaneous. You don't have to charge it up like you did in X7, so that's helpful, but still not that helpful. Like, I'd rather that he just, like, I don't know, maybe he gets a separate pickup from everybody else that charges his transform energy, and then he can just transform after that. I don't know. I don't know how I'd properly implement it in a game as fast-paced as this, but that would probably be my best bet. I'm going to give Axel the life up because he's going to come with me to the next stage. I think I'm going to go to the Metal Gear stage for the last one today. So, it doesn't have the best weapon, in my personal opinion, in the game in it, but it's still a Metal Gear stage, so we might as well do it, you know? Yeah, if you can't copy them, blast their ass off. That helps in 99.9% of situations, so... It's helpful, but it's still not really good, and it's mostly used for item hunting, which is the part that's kind of like, okay. So. What you got then, Aelia?
What makes new generation Reploids resistant to viruses is their copy chip.
Okay, well, that's somewhat helpful, I suppose.
Can actually change a Reploid's DNA.
That's pretty badass, actually.
Yes, I compared your data to the copy chips in new generation Reploids.
And?
I found something very interesting.
And what does that mean? Oh no.
The data embedded in the copy chips closely resembles that of Sigma.
Whose idea was this? And why did they have that idea? This is a terrible idea.
I'm not exactly sure what this means.
Sorry, I got a little worked up there. Yeah, no fucking kidding. Why would you use Sigma as a base for anything at all when he's the reason why the Earth was practically destroyed? Okay, anyway. Oh, we're back to DNA. Last game, Metal Shark Prayer, etc. Who greenlit this shit, and why haven't they been fired? We're gonna find out later. For now, let's go to Pitch Black and play some Metal Gear. And, yeah, X is almost as powerful as he can be for the rest of the game. I only need Primrose's weapon, and then he'll be as strong as possible. But, he's, in terms of parts, he's done. Foot parts H, regular Buster parts are fine. I think the Icarus parts give him a laser beam, and then the Hermes parts give him like small, it's kind of like the Gaia armor, it gives him like small Buster shots for his regular shots, but it charges up and it gives you like 3 larger ones. And then it quick charge from the head parts, so he's good, he's done. Nothing to it. Let's bring Axel. And I think Pallet's the best for this one because she tells you how to like light the stage up, but I don't think we have the right weapon for that yet, so I'll just bring, actually, let me think about that. No, I'll bring Pallet for this one, and then next time we'll bring Layer for the next stage, actually. So. It was Sigma 2, Electric Boogaloo, yeah, something like that. Edgy! Sigma was a very respectful man. I can't let you badmouth him like this just because of 1 or 2 bad things he's done. Yeah, well, Dave Sigma would agree with you. Everything else...
I'll try to help you find the lighting controls without being detected.
Cool. So yeah, you can light the place up if you want, but I kind of like sneaking through here like Metal Gear, to be honest. It's kind of cool. It's a very different take for an X stage, because normally stealth is not a vital part of Mega Man X Online, but here, pretty good. Oh, okay. I've been spotted, but I took care of him. Yeah, the ball brights are security here. That's just great. Why would you give your security team... make your security team a bunch of, like, weird parasitic creatures? Like, that just seems a little counterintuitive to me. Anyway. Just slide right through there. I guess I could go straight through the blades with Invincible Dash, but... kind of like that. I think if you fall here, you die, even though it's not, like, you know, a, Oh, okay. Maybe you don't die. Cool. Even though it's not like a No, it is a bottomless pit below that. Yeah, never mind. I'm dumb. I'm not saying... I'm saying dumb shit. Don't worry about me. Just get me through this door before we have any more problems. Okay. I think if I remember right, Axel works best for this part because he can just kind of shoot ahead of himself. Oh, good. The dash is still on double tap on the control stick. That's great. And no, actually, I think X would work better for this part, so... considering how long this is taking. Yeah, let's have X do this. Yeah, that's a little better. Axel needs this life up, so let's let him grab that. We got an attack gauge, good. Dark Manus is the one you were thinking about earlier. Yes, he's, this is the interesting one. This is the Metal Gear stage, so you miss shit like Dave Sigma. It was a cool movie. I liked it. It's kind of campy, but it was pretty cool. You cut yourself on the edge of that guy? Yeah, watch those sides. They'll cut you even more. With story development that we kind of needed and didn't even expect, and that's why it was fun. Like I said, it was a little campy, but it's fun, so... Dark Manus is the one you think about earlier. He's fun to fight. Yes, he is, as we'll see soon enough. Why did X lose that 1 life? He shouldn't have. Maybe I hit something. I don't know. What's up, Pallet? Information for us. There seems to be an old out-of-use generator somewhere in this area. It was used for lighting and operating ledges that allow access to high areas. We can't even jump up there at the moment because I don't have 0. But if you turn it on, you'll be able to see a lot more. Did you catch all that? Excuse me. Yes, I did. Despite burping, I did catch all that, Pallet. I will keep that in mind. So here's the searchlights. If you get caught by a searchlight, there's a door in each little hallway here, and basically it'll spawn a whole bunch of enemies that you can kill. I could even get caught with Axel so I can show you how easy it is to take care of them, though. Yeah, that's it. Don't really get too many medals for it either, so it's not really the best method of grinding, I don't find. I think it's a little less effective than other ways, but, well, you know, I guess it can work if you got nothing else. But there's other methods of grinding, like Metal Valley, that I think work a little better. Ha! Alright, what else we got over here? I'm just gonna let that go. I don't think we need that. Oh, right. I was not paying attention, evidently. Okay, let's try that again. Oh, okay. See what we got up here. Oh, I should have given that to Axel. That's unfortunate. Oh well. More spikes down here? No, there is not. I don't know what that was, but whatever. Oh look, additional pylons. So that's where they went. I'm just gonna let this go too. I don't think we need it. This might be a little tricky. There, got it. I don't know how we just destroyed that guy, but I'll take it. What else we got? And I kind of, this is a really interesting stage for me too, because it's very like subdued. Like the music is real quiet, and it's kind of like you're creeping around. You know, it's a very interesting stage for an X game. You know, he did just run off. Yeah, he did just walk off the edge. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Things X7 does better than X8. It isn't fucking locked behind bad character decisions. My man would rather kill himself than fight you. Additional pylons must construct. Yes. Exactly. Yeah, he literally decided, nope, this is not it. It's not worth it. You can kind of just barely see the rare metal here, by the way. If you lit up the place using a weapon that we don't have yet, if you lit up the generator, I think you also need Axel to transform to get it. There's additional platforms up this way that you can jump up to grab it, but I don't think you can just, like, yeah, you can't grab that wall and just climb, so. I mean, this works too, I suppose. Unless that happens. Hang on. Axel? Just keep shooting, bro. That's all you need to do. Oh, okay. He ducked. My one weakness. He ducked. And now he's hiding behind all his friends, so I can't destroy him. Okay. That's fine. Alright, anyway, let's keep going. Oh, good, another elevator section. Hi there, Bulbright. Can I help you out? No, I don't think I can. I think if you go up in that elevator, you can get another rare metal, but yeah, it's fine. I don't need it. This part's a little tricky because that Bulbright is keeping the lights on, and him keeping the lights on is the only way you're going to be able to see where you're going here, so try to keep close to him if you can. Like this. And try not to destroy him. He's actually useful for something. Until you get here. Then you can just, you know. Oh. Oh, right. You can't destroy him because he just gets paused. Okay, that's fine. Well, I'm getting the hell out of here. Oh, that was for Axel. Damn it. What's up, Pallet? Oh, here it is, actually. This elevator goes up really high, and it's so dark. How scary. Well, thankfully, you don't got to worry about that. You can get an item up there, a rare metal, probably. I don't care. I wish I cared, but I don't know. The item collection in this game just, I don't know. It's not for me. I'm probably the wrong kind of person for that, but what do I know? Alright. Well, here's the boss door. Any information or advice, Pallet? What do you mean, no? Alright, fine. I'll go in. This reminds you of the second Etrian Odyssey Untold. There's a stealth section in Etrian Odyssey game. Oh boy. That sounds like fun. Alright. Show yourself, Dark Mantis. I know it's in your name, but what's up?
You can't accept the fact that we're not Mavericks.
I mean, I would be able to accept the fact that you're fucking invincible, but I don't think that's Crispin Freeman talking. Might be.
Weapons for Sigma here? Is Sigma controlling you?
What exactly is controlling you, X?
The council and the government.
Justice. Is that it?
Maybe.
Dark Mantis, your actions are those of a maverick.
See, but that's what they're saying here, X. That's why they're all questioning your judgment. They're saying, are you sure your actions aren't those of a maverick? Because that's what it's starting to look like in some cases. Ow. Let me out. Get out of here. Oh, okay. I thought he was going somewhere else. He was not. Well, it's a fancy boomerang you got there, man. But yeah, this is why the bosses have those invincibility frames, because otherwise Axel could just totally destroy them by just doing exactly what he just did there, so... Wow. Wow! Okay, that works. It's kind of, in a way, a little... reminds me of, like, who was the bat guy from X5? It reminds me of him along with Boomerang Kuwanger. because he grabs you like that, so. Can you just decide where you're going to come down, please? Okay, here we go. Well, oh, that's the wrong side. Yeah, so he'll use a scythe, and then he'll slash, like, the first half of the screen on you, so... Well. Oh, okay. Well, I tried the double attack. It sure didn't work, though. That works, though. Dynamo. No, not Dynamo, the bat guy from X5. Not the bonus boss guy from X5, but there was, like, a bat that was a boss in a planetarium. I forget what he's called. I should know this. Oh, well. We get the Shadow Runner, the Black Arrow Gun, and Rasetsin! Very good. I don't think I use any of those. Oh, it's a crossbow. I didn't know that for Axel. That's kind of nifty, even though it's pretty shit, but, you know. What's this occasional blue bullet from Axel? That's a fair question. I don't know. Maybe it's just because the shot is going far enough that it could fade out? I don't remember. Let's see here. In the post-game, they basically train you to kill some really easy-to-kill mini-bosses when you see them, but in one room, if you kill the mini-boss, the room is harder to get through because the fog that mini-boss is making keeps the other, much more dangerous mini-bosses from seeing you. Oh, that's interesting, yeah. Yeah, him, whoever that guy was. Does the dialogue change based on how far you are in the game? Because they were talking about Sigma and shit. Yes, if after the halfway point, the dialogue changes. Every Maverick after this will reference Sigma. I forgot to mention that. Another cool detail, really. Those are power shots, think they do more. That's possible, true, too, yeah. The upgrade for Zero is actually super good. It breaks some stuff. Yeah, Rasetsin is, I don't know if it's in the Legacy Collection, if it works, but back in the PS2 version, Rasetsin, you could use it to, like, hover, like, indefinitely. Like, you could hover outside of the stage barrier if you really wanted to by going that high up. I think they patched it in this version, though. I'm not 100% sure about that, though. There's like a weird button input that you can do to make it happen. I've never tried it, but yeah. Turn some flower minigame into easy mode. Yeah, I think I remember that one, yeah. I forget which one it was, but I think I do remember that. Let's see. We could get life up +1 for Zero now. I might as well, because I got it for everybody else. So now we'll just save for life up +2 from X, and that'll take like 2 Mavericks to get, and then we'll just buy a few things after that. But I think we got everything else, didn't we? Yeah, I don't need Prickleberry or Spare Energy. I've got all my retry chips. So we're in good shape. But what other problems will the Mavericks' ethical questions bring up over the course of the rest of the game? And will we finally be able to stop Vile and most likely Sigma from ruling the world by taking control of the Jacob Elevator? Find out on the finale of Mega Man X8, the Stream Edition. I know, we just got started. We're already going for the finale, but that'll be happening early next week at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Yeah, this one will be only 2 streams again, and then later next week we'll start on the next game that I have to play. There's, like I said, one more project I want to do before I do Skies of Arcadia, but we'll get to that next week, and we'll keep going. So, are you a bounty hunter or some sort of police? It's kind of nebulous with Maverick Hunters. They do what the council and the government tells them to do, and they are the ones that label... It's like a coalition, of humans and Reploids that say, hey, these are Mavericks, you need to kill them. But the council's decision could be called into question because, especially at this point, but we haven't really talked about why it could be called into question yet. We'll talk about it more on the next episode when we start listening to some people that actually aren't Mavericks. So, yeah, there you go. Excuse me. You're just hyped for when stream suggestions are live again? Pretty soon. I'm going to start plugging away at the ones we have on the list at the moment once I'm done with Skies of Arcadia, but I think after that we'll put the suggestions back live. We'll see. Until next time, everybody, I'll post the schedule on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Discord for next week, tomorrow, late in the day. But, yeah, probably around now-ish tomorrow, so 24 hours from now. Anyway, I'll be back. See you later.